to another very special episode of Drag the Lake. This is the Tuesday edition Drag the Lake. Everyone knows on the Tuesday edition, it is basically like the Monday edition, but 24 hours later. I am one of your hosts, Andy Malfrino. With me, as always, the late great Pat George. Patty, how you doing, sweet boy?
Everything's fine. Just doing my face exercises, doing some stretches, trying not to kill my cats. You know, usual.
Brother, I gotta hit you with a new cat toy. So it's a remix on an old classic. It's the stick with the little dangler stuff on the side, and you're like, I've seen that before, Andy. Why are you wasting my time with this bullshit?
Right.
I'm Pat George. I know about cats. Well,
I know a thing,
brother. I know a thing or two about these little four-legged fur balls. I know your fucking MO, Pat. I read your blog every day. Real quick, by the way. First in his name, first in the chat, as always, Dunbar with the yo. What is good? We start every day, 10 a.m. Texas time, 11 a.m. if you're on the East Coast. West Coast, couldn't give a fuck how your time works.
I don't read your time.
All jokes aside, I think it's 8 a.m. when we start, so I don't know how many live West Coast viewers, but you live in hell with all the Satanist Hollywood pedophiles. We don't care what you're doing over there.
Yeah, you guys, honestly, if your cabal wants something different, then you're going to have to change it because we're not going to do it.
Also, Portland is full of liberals.
Portland's in California?
No, but it's the West Coast, but high, Patrick. California's low.
Oh, we need a cat cam update. Unfortunately, we are catless right now because I was screaming at them for spilling my coffee twice.
All right. So wait,
catless,
doubles,
catless, catless.
No, brother. Though, by the way, the fact that it's like on point with the shots, that is very fun.
Pat Deucer. You know what I mean? It's a name and also my namesake as well.
That's the thing. That's the thing. You look around, you see a little bit of opportunity for Pat Deucing. You go, who's the guy we got? And it's like, oh, it's the Pat Deucer. And then you go, oh, that's why there's been so much deucing. That's why there's been so much deucing over here.
You just saw the door open? They're back. They're in here somewhere. They're going to fucking do something. So don't worry. You'll get plenty of cats today. Those motherfuckers.
Oh, but dude, I got to tell you about this cat toy.
Oh, yeah.
Because, no. It's apparently, so it's like the dangly toy. But it's colored specifically so they can like it comes off as vibrant to them because cats are like they're like a little colorblind, right?
Color dumb, yeah. I don't know if they're colorblind, but they're color dumb for sure.
They're yeah.
I think they only see like certain colors or see like certain things. Like I think it's gray. Like dogs see in gray, right?
Something like that.
They're fully colorblind, and I think cats like certain colors stand out to them, or like it's always an interpretation. You know how they say like when a cat does this, it means this, and then this is how cats actually see things, and here's how you know if your cat loves you or not. And it's like, yeah, but also like, how the fuck do you know? Do you know what I'm saying? Like when they go like, this is what a cat sees when you light up the Christmas tree, and it's like, how do you know? Did they tell you that? Like, did you get into Schrodinger's cat's head and just fucking look around, or what's going on? I don't, you know what I mean? Like there has to have been a horrible experiment done somewhere where they realize like, look, what was the paperclip? Operation Paperclip. Do you think there was like a wing that was like, let's try to remote view what a cat sees. So that way we can go, oh yeah, it's colorblind. Cool.
Well, you don't need to remote view. They got GoPros. So you just put that on. And you go like,
oh, yeah, I have seen that. I do follow one of those. Yeah.
Brother, there's nothing I love more than a kitty cat with. Because, like, I think people get the wrong image of me because they see Fun Time Andy on the pods. And I have the brother. All I want to do with my day is watch videos that what's that website? The pangolin? No, the dildo, the what's the fucking
what?
The bird account. I'm trying to be funny and I can't remember words.
Yeah, you're just saying you're saying funny words. Hey, you're nailing it. But I don't know what you're talking about.
Andy, I got to tell you, funny words are being said. No one knows what you're trying to get at.
Great words, not distinguishable. Don't know what you're saying, but I do know their words and they sound funny. and I like
No,
it.
there's that one Instagram account where it's like a bird and all they show you is video. No, the I am right. You just gotta hear me out.
Getting better
You're
the
not
more
giving
serious you're getting about it. No.
you're not
There's a
giving me
bird.
the No. Here's what you're doing. You want me to fail. So
Yes.
everything you hear me say comes off as ridiculous. But what I'm saying is you're rooting against me, and it's why you're coming at me like this.
Yeah. Oh, so there's a bird, and what else?
You're like, oh god, he's finally snapped.
No, there's a bird, and there's a toy, or
it's called isn't it called Stop it. You're gaslighting me.
I've only come here to demean you, Andy. It's my Tuesday tradition. There's a cat that I follow called Mr. Kitters the cat, and he wears
I got
a little thing around his neck.
Yeah. Sorry. No, see. Real quick.
The dodo. Okay. Yes. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
The bird.
Wait, why don't I follow it? I love the bird so much. I don't follow it. Exposed as a fake dodo lover.
Because it comes up in your feed anyway. It comes up all the time with mine where it's like, we saw him outside the dumpster one day, and then we just decided somebody's going to help him. And then
every dodo video is just, you see this dog? Doesn't this dog look like shit? Doesn't this dog look like absolute fucking shit? Well, just wait about 2 minutes, and it's gonna look so beautiful.
And you're gonna cry with how beautiful it is.
And it's gonna be loved, and it's gonna get a new pep in its step because it realizes there's somewhere safe for it to live. And I go,
there's love in the world.
Protect that puppy. Protect that puppy.
Yeah, I definitely, I get those. Those, I'll watch those a lot. And what's the... It's just basically those and like people that like save them from it's in the same thing. I feel like the dodo ones aren't usually that like drastic, but I also the ones where like a person happens to see a cat on the side of the highway.
Are they fucking up?
The window and she just fell. You know when they like hesitate right before they jump and they do that thing where they go
yeah, they're so good
today, brother. But no, like the ones where they see them on the road and then they happen to see a cat and they stop and they get out and they pick them up and then they take them and then you just see how happy they are afterwards. That's all I want. That's all I ever want to see on the internet. I'm tired of the rest of you.
Yeah, man. I gotta be honest. I've said it before, and it's kind of like I apologize for reusing like a hacky joke, but you know, jokes come from truth, man. And now, like, you know how they joke. Well, no, the meme started where it's like, I remember first seeing it where it's like, man, white people care about animals more than black people, and then it's like just developed of like white people care about animals more than anyone else or whatever, and I just go, yeah, man, kinda. Like, don't get me wrong. If it's like a life or death moment and I see your baby and a fucking pit bull, I'll hesitate, but I'll grab your baby. You know what I mean?
There's a
like, but at the end of the day, I go like, yeah, man, I don't know, man. Animals are so innocent. They fill me with a joy that even if I saw, because it's like I don't know. It's kind of almost never their fucking fault. Like it is, you know, the animals do the action that get you mad at them, but it's always because you raised them wrong. Like dogs are always like, yo, what are we doing today?
Yeah.
So if your dog is aggressive and if a dog is aggressive and violent, it's like, in my opinion, it's almost purely because of like his owner sucked ass. Like I've seen pit bulls the size of fucking tractor trailers be so gentle around like a preemie baby. It's like literally because of the owner. Yeah. So I just, and they're so innocent. They're such a clean slate. I care more about them than the people in the world.
It's a thing. It's a weird thing just because it's like I don't like. It's not that because I actually just dude. I talked to you know Jake Maggie Mays Jake.
Oh, I love Jake.
Great Jake Stone. That's his name.
Right? I actually see him way more now because of the fucking valet job. I work with this dude Aaron who fucking produces shows with him. So I actually see Jake stop by all the time now.
Oh, perfect. Well, he does this like I don't know what it was. He was out there barking, and I was trying to find when was this? Saturday night, I think it was, because I was downtown. I'm not usually downtown a lot on the weekends, just because of this exact reason. I found him sitting there at the. He was standing outside of Maggie Mays. And he was like, He's like, "Hey man, what's up?" And I'm like, "Nothing. I'm just like hanging out, just kind of killing some time." I was actually gonna stick around and go to that Bouncing Souls H2O show, but like I got done with, I was hosting the mic at the Creek.
Oh yeah,
And
you do the Saturday one that's at like 4, right?
yeah, Saturday like afternoonish. It's like 4 to 5:45 ish, roughly. And I was like, but when I was standing there before the mic, I heard them doing sound check, and I was like, "Hey, they're playing a Bouncing Souls song. What the fuck?" And I like opened the door and I saw the tour thing that said Bouncing Souls and H2O, and I was like,
Yeah,
"What the
yeah.
fuck?" I was like, "Holy shit!" So I got super excited, but I made the mistake, Andy, of every time I walk up and down 6th Street, I on like a Friday or Saturday where it's like bumping and it's awesome and like people are fucking partying and so everybody's having a great time. I get so fucking depressed. And it's like it is uncontrollable. I make one lap. I go down to almost like just past the mothership, and then I go around to the other side of the street and I start walking back where like Maggie Mays is.
Yeah.
And by that time, I've already seen a crazy homeless person that everybody's ignoring. And then I see, and I will also see at least one or two homeless person with a pet. And every
Yeah.
time I see that, I just go like, it reminds me. So I ended up stopping at Maggie Mays, and I just got into this I just like cornered him into this introspective conversation.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Hey man," he's like, "What's going on?" He says, "Hey man, what are you up to? What's going on? How you been?" And that's when I was like, this is how I've been thinking about existence lately.
Well,
I go, Buddhism, I think got it right, because like the life is suffering. And it's not like Christians can hear that and like hear like take offense by it somehow. You know what I mean? Where they're just like, my life isn't suffering. I love my life and I do everything good. But what are you talking about? And it's not that. It's the fact that the older you get, the more you experience and the more you learn, the more depressed you become, because you see other people not doing that. And then you see other people and you know that there's no way that I can do that for them. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, well, I think you're fucking tapping into a thing because
It
well, I
was
think
a long
well, I
way to
think
get
you
around to it, but yeah.
well, no, I mean that's usually how, introspective thoughts work. They're not, they're not done in a fucking tweet.
So, where did we come from? I
Well,
just
no,
spilled
I
my
think
coffee.
I think you're like, what is anything? Ah, goddamn cats.
Where do we go when we die? Ah, I stubbed my toe.
You just put the fucking you just show the coffee on your lap because of the cat. You're like, see, it's suffering.
By the way, this was pre-medicine. Let me just medicate real quick.
Oh yeah, do a little play a little on your Yaz flute. No, I don't know. I don't know. I've been thinking about that a lot lately. I've had I know I was joking about it a bunch on well, you guys didn't hear it. It's on Panties this week, but I forget if we talked about it yesterday or not, but I've literally like I've had this like realization. I don't want to be the guy who's just being like, self-diagnosed autism. I had a fucking little but like and I will learn more about it, so I'm not just kind of like haphazardly fucking throwing that label on me. And I'm also
let's get diagnosed. You want to do that? We can
well,
do it for a bit, so we actually do it.
yeah, we could do it for a bit or just for our own mental health, whatever.
No. If we do it for our personal growth, we'll never do it. If we go like, hey man, like, what about we get we get evaluated by experts?
Well, I think
we'll read the results online.
We'll have to do it in a way where I can feel like I did it. I beat you. Like if I can just like beat you at autism, turn it into a competition, so I can just subtly feel better than you at all times.
You'd be like, yeah, I have autism, but I don't have the ADHD that you have, Pat. Yours is off the charts, brother.
No, but idiot. Pat has trained autism. I have. I have some better autism.
I have superior autism. Neither
one
of us have money autism, so we're fucked. So
I actually have autism.
You better write that one down.
I think a lot of Take On Me. Is that their song?
You better believe I'm writing a bit about throwing shit at fire. I wrote that down from yesterday's show. I think you got a bit right there, my friend. You guys, I thought it was just the funniest sentence of, you guys remember throwing stuff at fire?
Dude, who doesn't? No, I don't know, man. I think there's a whole like philosophical outlook. I will say with the Christian thing, I think because I remember that video we watched of Fat Mike being mean to Under Oath and
Oh
Paramore
yeah,
at
yeah.
Warped Tour,
The
and it's
bullying them
like,
on stage.
well, yeah, and then it's like Fat Mike's like, all right, I'll go to one of your Bible readings and be fucking annoying the whole time.
Yeah.
And then it was like one of the dudes from Under Oath was just like, because it was one of those bands. They're like Under Oath. I want to say Emery. I don't know if you remember them. I think they were whoever it was. He was like, because I'm a piece of shit and blah blah blah. And like through the word of the Lord, it like makes me realize, like gives me guidance and makes me full of love. Because I will give shout out to the Christians. I think they do have kind of like, because honestly, too, they're trying to find the devil in everything. Like, did you see that one tweet that was going around being like, Zach Bryant showed a scary skeleton at the Sphere, and that's satanic. You know what I mean? They're trying to find. Yeah, it was this dumb thing. I think it was like rage bait. I don't know. I'm glass half full empty. I was like, I really hope this is just rage bait, and this account can't be this fucking dumb.
Yeah.
Because actually, if you like looked into it, it was like a whole story of. It was a whole story of like representing his life and the trauma as a kid and blah 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 blah. And
yeah,
it's like, yeah, it's gonna be fire in that
trauma, blah blah blah.
Because it's like symbolism, you dumb fuck. But yeah, I don't know. I'm a little all over the place. Let me get locked in real quick. But yeah, no. Where the fuck were we? Whatever.
We're talking about existential thoughts.
Oh yeah, Christians.
Yeah.
I think Christians do have a whole like self-hatred and shit, and they look to the Lord to like give me guidance. So I don't know if they're all necessarily like the word, because that's what I was saying. Like, you got bitches fucking being like, see, the devil's on the monster can. It's like, bro, they're looking for the problems in the world.
Yeah. That's a good point, because that's what I'm saying is like I feel like the Buddhist outlook is more like accepting that there is good and bad. And whereas like Christians are like, we have to fight evil. We can't let bad good. And it's like, it's not about win lose, brother. It's about it's about life. Everybody's going to experience different things and the same things. So it's just about like, it's about like what really I think all of it is supposed to be is just doing the right thing when no one's looking.
Dude, I literally
not always documenting every good thing that you do or doing good things to be documented. It's like you're just doing things. You are living as a good moral person on your own without the fear of failing anyone.
And
that's the beauty of it, I think. I feel like I'm a Buddhist. I don't like saying that I am.
Yeah,
I really do fucks with it.
That's kind of like it's funny. I think you and me are hitting a weird thing where we're really outgrowing our narrow-minded like punk rock upbringing.
Yeah.
Because that's a big thing we've been learning is like it's just like, non-conformity when it's the equal opposite is still doing the same thing. It's just everything's different from you're just taking whatever the original thing is and doing the opposite. So you're still
choosing a side. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, I love the hypothetical ethos that punk rock, delivered. But then when you get older, you're like, oh, so no one lives by this. And
yeah. Oh wait, you just all after the show and after high school, you all just got jobs and fucking started paying rent. Like,
and
what
then
the
you
fuck
all
is going on?
Well, I didn't mean that. I mean, you gotta. If you need a building, what do you mean, pussies? You need a building to live in. I'm not saying paying rent. You're a hypocrite because you paid rent.
Well, fucking taxes. What are you doing? I thought you said fuck authority. I thought you said fuck authority.
Well, okay, sorry. Now you
just grounded your kid.
Now you're triggering my autism because it's like, well, no, paying taxes is you don't want to get thrown in a cage because of an unjust system is putting forth these certain rules. Doesn't make you a hypocrite, but I don't want to.
Wesley Snipes, they can do it to any of us.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't make you a hypocrite for paying taxes just because you don't agree with them. You know what I mean? I'm not a hypocrite because I don't want to get thrown in a cage.
I'm thinking of the anarchist mindset of the thing when you're a child, when you're a young teenager and stuff like that. You don't have to do all those things.
Yeah.
So it's easy for you to go fuck those things, but maturing is learning that, like, if you want to be like free, you can't really just be an anarchist in America. You gotta you gotta follow the rules, and it's
Yeah.
like
Well,
anarchy and all that stuff is a good idea when you're younger, but there's never really follow through when you need
Well,
to
I
pay the
think
bailiff.
the reality of the situation is like you start to get older and you're just like, oh, I don't. It's not. It doesn't make me a hypocrite to like compromise my morals because this group of people. It's not even like compromising. It's like, oh, this group of people is gonna. Because like we said, the government's really just like the mafia at the end of the fucking day, or like a gang or whatever. And you're like, oh, just because I like fucking lean into whatever they say is right on certain things. Again, like paying taxes, because the other option is I get unjustly thrown in a fucking cage and all of my rights are
Yeah,
fucking taken away. And then you realize that the better path for long-term prosperity and success is to go along with whatever they force you to do, undermine everything else you can, and then fucking speak the good word on other people. Because really, like, it's why I always say, like, I don't even watch Alex Jones' show like that, but the name InfoWars is honestly like the best name ever because, dude, everyone always thinks like, dude, if we just pass the right law, and it's like, nah, dude, it literally it's like, it's way more about what people think, because it's like you saw it during COVID. Like, you saw it during COVID where the government was like, yo, these are the rules, you can't separate. And then there was a bunch of like hardcore Christians and a bunch of I almost said Hasidic Jews.
I'll give you heartburn.
Yeah, there was a bunch of Hasidic Jews in like Brooklyn in New York, where it's like, brother, you ain't more important than my God. Like, I'll follow your rules so you don't bother me,
Yeah.
but you're not more important than my God. And it's
I'm
like,
going into my tunnel, homie. See
yeah,
ya.
dude. And there's like,
Bye-bye.
later, it's tunnel time. That's just the sound of them scurrying.
Look what we earned.
Look.
We earned a little kitty cat.
Oh, I thought you meant because we talked about the Jews, Slav woke up.
No, he was in there already. We did activate him a little though.
Yeah, we did mention black people earlier, so he's like, I'm here. But no, like, so there is a thing where it is. I've come to when I was younger, I used to be like, oh, being informed is just like nothing, and I go, honestly, I think being informed is everything, because once you're like convinced of something, there's definitely times where when you sort of do cost benefit analysis of the positive and negatives, you'll look for a compromise. But there are certain things where you're like, oh no, that's just, you're not gonna get me to lie. You know what I mean? You're not going to get me to like go against reality on certain things. So
yeah,
I have noticed it's way more. That's why I'm just like, I'm a guy who's passionate about things. I believe in things. And it's why I think I just spend my time going like, yeah, I'm going to learn stuff and then yap. And then hopefully I yap good enough that people go like, that guy's making some good points. Yeah. What if we kind of like fucking considered what he was yapping about?
Yeah. I feel like there's such a there's like for a lot of like other religions or anything like that, or I think it's not necessarily just about the day to day. It's about like fitting the image of like, here's the right, like fitting everything into a box or something like that, fitting it, and like not just trying to be the best person you can be, and not realizing that the individual, like, you're going to come across, like I said, you're going to come across the same experiences and you're going to come across different experiences. Mm-hmm. So like it's just about like getting to like how you handle each situation. And it's not, there's not necessarily a right or a wrong.
Yeah.
But there is a thing that like, there's going to be one that you can live with a little bit better. And it's not about your soul. It's not about the afterlife. It's not about any, special books or anything like that. It's just literally about just trying to make suffering less for, you know what I mean? Like your life suck less. You know what I mean? Like life in general, like the world and stuff like that. So it's not even just necessarily like a karma thing kind of thing. It's just about like, how do I want to be remembered? What do I want to put out into the world and stuff like that? That's the kind of shit I think about day to day. And then when I'm walking up and down 6th Street, I just see all this like, it's the dramatic fucking juxtaposition of like people going like, yeah, fuck yeah, where fucking shots, and then like looking over and this lady like broke glass, and then she just starts kicking glass all over the place, and I see another homeless guy with a dog, and I'm like, I hope that dog doesn't walk through that glass. And it's just like, you know what I mean? Like
It's like sensory over. Well, I think you
yeah,
have
it's
a
too
thing.
much. Yeah,
You have
it's
a
too
thing
much
that
humanity.
I used to have before I sort of acknowledged my autism. I'm going like it's why I got the Lemaire shirt on. Like I'm a big fan of the guy. Like I
Yeah.
realized what he's doing right. I'm gonna go out and buy. Actually, no, legit. I was looking up Tekken 8. I was like, Nate Lemaire's made Tekken 8 sound so good on the pod yesterday, and I found it at a GameStop for $25. So
Nice.
I'm Lemaire maxing right now.
Yeah.
But no, well, no, because before I realized, like, before I just like accepted the way, and again, I'm not also just sitting here being like, yes, there's nonverbal kids who have like real autism. I'm just realizing,
Yeah.
I'm just realizing I'm on the spectrum enough where I'm a little gay, and so I'm not like I'm not doing any stolen autism valor, but I'm like, there are, like, I feel the. Everything I'm about to say is just gonna make me sound like I'm a closeted homosexual. Where I was like, I feel these urges that just make me odd a little and like out of the norm. And everyone's like, Andy, maybe you just want to go to a bathhouse and get it over with. No, I just, you know what it is? I've always been hyper obsessed with like fitting in, and dude, it stems from being a kid, and all I was worried about was like just being like cool. And I still have remnants of that in me that I like haven't like shook properly. And so it's not as simple as like, oh, I'm just trying to feel cool, but it's like this incessant urge to like desperately fit in or whatever. And it's like not accepting that it's like I am a little odd and stuff. So I'll have my like weird urges where it's like, oh, you need to go research this random thing and hyper obsess about it for the next 2 hours and stuff like that. But then the whole time doing it, I'm like, I'm such a fucking bitch. I'm such a fucking idiot. Because it's like my expectation is to be this like, you know, non-autistic person that I, you know, think I should be. So it's like, I was like, oh, that makes sense why there's just been this like constant tension in my head. And part of that, to relate it to what I was actually going to say, because I know this sounds like a weird right turn, but like, you know, that constant, you know, trying to hyper focus on being a good person, it like made me way overly empathetic to the point, and this is not like a humble brag or nothing, it's like you can be empathetic to like to your own detriment, where you then go out and, because that's what I feel like happens to you, because you know, you talk a big game and you're like, hey, I'm a manly man, but like you are a huge pussy, dude. Like
I'm a very emotional man.
But I think both.
I don't know how to control them.
But you and me, that's why you and me get along well, because we have that, where it's why I'm really into fucking emo music to this day. You know, it's like I have those moments where I love to have deep feelings. Honestly, I think it is the fucking tism, because it's like I'll feel like a robot. Like I'll have these moments in life where I go like, I should like, I remember being a kid at like grandparents' funerals, watching everyone cry, going like, I should be feeling more than I am right now.
Dude, I got one of my first big laughs in a crowd at my grandma's funeral. It was pretty awesome.
Bro, my grandma on my mom's side funeral I remember it was the first moment I realized that like comedy was such a strong tool, because everyone was so fucking sad, and my dad was cracking hella jokes, and everyone was like, I was watching everyone feel better, and I was just like, oh, you can like just making a dumb, and my dad is not funny.
Yeah.
And
you're like low bar, Dad, but great job. Honestly, like you did great. But I mean, like it's kind of
your writing.
Anybody could kill in this room.
Your writing's a little stale, like, you know what I mean? That really feels
somebody's
like
already dead. You're telling me it's not easy to kill in this room? It's easy to kill in this room. She's dead. Idiot.
But no, just watching my dad make everyone at the funeral happy, I was like, that's the coolest. That's one of the coolest things I've ever seen. Like, just by yapping, you can just change someone's entire mood.
That was when like that was actually the only nice thing my brother ever said to me was not, it was actually that the very same grandmother, actually not long after she had passed away, I had come home. I had my first job was at McDonald's, and I remember I ended up getting to leave early one day because my grandma died. And then I went home, and like everything was already done. She was dying. Like it wasn't like it was like this was something we were preparing for. But obviously the house, like the vibe was real heavy. she died at home, you know, like, and like she was
Yeah.
already gone and everything. But when I came home, like, I kind of started cracking jokes and everything like that, lightening the mood, easing the tension. It was always a defense mechanism growing up. Like, so in times of stress is when there's very few times where I won't crack a joke. Like it could be we could be actively getting chased by a murderer and go like, oh my god, I gotta exercise more. Am I right? You know, you know what I mean? Like it's just a thing where it's like it has to exist. I personally think it makes everything better. And I remember my brother making the observation later on of saying like, he's like, you really like made everybody feel better like by doing that. Like
Yeah.
that was like it not like that not like it was a superpower, but I remember him like pointing out the fact that like that's like a real skill to be able to like.
And you didn't even have root beer candies,
brother.
I
had no incentives,
dude. Honestly,
I didn't have 5
dude.
minutes by that point,
dude, I gotta tell you, those root beer candies in the likability games is some PEDs, dude. Like it's, you know what I mean? Like you remember when Jamar Neighbors was on the pod? You know, he was like, not a bad dude, just not being too like talkative before. Not not very talkative when he first got in, and then you're just like root beer candies, and he's just like, you can say it, Pat.
I immediately got a card.
Well, dude, you know what it is? You know what I think? You know why I think too, like being funny was like such a high priority to me.
That's a good point.
Is because I do. What?
I'm sorry. Maybe I got the autism too. Moldy toad. That's a really good point. I didn't even realize that.
Why is there a hyphen?
I think it's supposed to be like Reanimator. It's a play on Reanimator, so I think it's I think it's supposed to. It's like it's so Reanimator is re.animator. It's a play off of that. That's why it was there. But that is a really good point. I was like, wait,
no, you know what?
I'm more concerned about they need the lowercase e right there. I know that's all caps, but like they need it. See, yeah, that's the exact design. But they also need to connect those lines too.
What lines?
Look, see how re connects to the A and then continues on. They could have done it somehow with that, but yeah.
It's all I can focus.
Asked and answered, huh? Look at that, Moldy Toad. That's what you come here for. The answers. We're not gonna. We'll shoot you straight.
I respect this too. This is I've bet this should be on my gravestone. It's all I can focus on. That's why it's like, dude, I swear to God, like I'm really not trying to be like, oh my God, this is my new personality. It's just when you have an epiphany over a weekend at 35 and you realize you're like, is that why I've been a retard this whole time? It's like, I'm not looking for a fix. I'm looking for clarity. And I'm realizing like, it takes me back to even like when I was staying with you and the whole fucking Killers of the Flower Moon.
Oh man.
And you're just like, the whole time you're like, why is he hammering this in? And I'm in my head being like, oh, well, he's just not understanding. Let me explain it again. And the whole time it was like no acceptance of different opinions. It was just because that was the whole thing. I was like, why the fuck's he getting mad at me? I'm just asking questions. Because I'm just asking him questions.
You wouldn't let me stop the conversation.
Yeah.
I was like, care.
Brother.
But you care.
It's all I can focus on.
You know what's really funny that you said that? I want that on my headstone. I don't know if this will show up. Look, this is in my notes app. I literally have headstone ideas.
That rules.
That's
the thing. That's
new you plane of existence. Who dis?
You and me work so well. We're the same but different.
And then another one, link in bio.
Lincoln?
Link in bio.
Oh, I thought you meant like Abraham.
Movies to watch also. See that? Cat Fights Animals, a show idea that ended up, I found out somebody else does that. Some like, his name's like Senior Crunchy or something like that. It's a.
I'm trying.
I remember that. I used to do it as kind of like an improv bit. Lincoln bio would be funny too. Just Lincoln bio.
What was your improv bit?
Pat Fights Animal. It was a thing where I would essentially you say any type of animal. It's something I was doing like I started doing probably like 6 years ago, and it ended up getting with at least of the other comics, they would always go like, oh my God, like do that again, I have a suggestion. Like it was really fun, like kind of to do, because like also it was a thing that like I could do a little crowd interaction, and I'm really good thinking off the top of my head. So like any animal you give me, I will practically tell you how I would try to kill it or fight it, and it has to be Pat size or smaller. So it can't be like, if it's a whale, it's got to be a whale, like a newborn baby whale. That's probably still my size. So like something like that. So it was a bit that I did. And then I was like, okay, cool. That's perfect for clips. I'm not burning any material. It's all just off the top of my head. If something's funny, boom, there you go. I started doing that. And then like somebody, I think it was on Facebook when I shared one of the reels or something like that. Somebody said, I can't remember the guy's name, but it's some online guy that makes clips about fighting animals. Like, whoa, you're stealing blah blah blah's idea. And I'm just like, I've been doing this in fucking Harrisburg, Pennsylvania for like years, brother. Like, shut the fuck up.
That's
I just started posting these.
Oh fuck, I forget dude's last name, but the whole people really gotta. I am happy that the stealing jokes craze, because like it happened with. I remember when like O&A was a thing, and Louis came on and called out Dane Cook, and then, which always is the perfect end on Louis' show, is I feel like that's why I respect Louis, is he even kind of like, you know, got like he wrote in, he got himself almost at the end, where you just have Dane Cook going like, brother, you think you're the only guy with an itchy asshole? Because that was kind of the whole thing where like Louis was calling Dane Cook out for writing the itchy asshole joke. And it is like, it's one of those things where you're like, brother, I know they're similar, but like men tend to have itchy butts, dude.
Yeah. Like it's a thing that the reason it's such a good relatable bit is that when you say it, everybody goes, yeah. So obviously everybody's had it.
yeah, exactly. That's why it's such a good point. That's why it's so relatable. But I was gonna bring up the comic, but then I realized I was like, I don't want to like put more info on this than need be, because there's this one comic in Austin that he got on Kill Tony.
Oh yeah,
and he got on Kill Tony, and then this like dude on Reddit. This dude on Reddit was like, oh, really? Stealing my jokes and doing them on the biggest show in the world. And I remember after that happened, I saw him at Sunset, and I go, brother, what are you doing out there stealing jokes? And he didn't even, like, obviously I'm kidding, but he was just like, God damn. Because he's like, dude, it was so funny. It was so funny because, too, he even admitted, he goes like, yeah, it's not the most original premise. Also, I never met that guy. And I've been doing the joke for like 8 years or however long he's been doing it. So it's just this thing of like, there's the rampant joke stealing thing when it's like, yeah, guys, like you really need to, like, it'd be one thing if I was going out there and being like, all right, man, there's black people. Yeah. And then there's, it's like, Andy, I really think that's Chris Rock. I go, no, hey, I've had this.
I'm pretty sure that's Chris Rock, idiot. Anyway, here's your sign.
Have you guys heard of parallel thinking?
You might be a redneck if you don't actually have Jeff Foxworthy. I can't do that in this room. I'm so sorry, buddy.
That's crazy. You just disrespected your goat,
brother. That was one of the first like big time comics. I think probably aside from Ray Stevens, one of the first like comedy albums or like CDs I ever had was Jeff Foxworthy. You might be a.
My first were like I first started consuming comedy via like premium blends and shit on Comedy Central.
Yeah, same.
But my first album, actually no, I remember my first album was. You remember this was so fucking sick back in the day. You'd send a record label $1 and they'd be like, do you want 20 CDs? And you're like, how is this even profitable for you? But they
Columbia House. Right?
Yeah, they did that. Me and my family did that. I remember we got like Backstreet Boys, NSYNC. I remember I might have gotten the Ramones at the time, Smash Mouth, and then dude,
Matchbox 20.
I would not be surprised if it was in there. But
yeah.
no, one of the comedy album that was in there was Bill Cosby album. And I go like, man, I hope this guy's as cool as he is off stage, on stage.
Wait. I was for Dunbar. Hold on. I was for Dunbar. I was like this. Whereas you said Bill Cosby.
Oh,
you said, I have the same Foxworthy CD shout out. But
oh,
you went
okay.
Cosby, and I went.
Well, bro,
I mean, look, it's a great comment. He's a great comic. No, I'm not taking anything away from that. It just it was a weird timing.
Nah, the reason that's even a joke is because we're all fucking on edge because people are retarded, and it's like this thing of like you'll be like, yeah, when I was younger, because like, dude, I can't lie. When I was younger, the reason I first started to like comedy was Bill Cosby. Yeah. And then people will hear that and go, whoa, and go, yeah. When I was listening to him doing a bit about baby coach wheels, I said, I hope this guy's a rapist. That's what I like about him. Be like, no, dumb fuck. I like the jokes.
Yeah, it's the funniest thing to be like. It's the same thing with Louis. Like, it's so because I still listen to a couple different like LA
Dude,
podcasts.
It's so fun. I'm so sorry. It's so funny to listen to it to be like, God, these jokes are so funny. He better rape women.
Man, I really hope he's a terrible guy that takes advantage of his power.
Oh my God, I really hope he drugs and rapes women in the mouth.
So there's the same thing with Louis or whatever when like all that shit came out, and that honestly I feel like that is more subjective. It is a thing where like you can go. Personally, I think he didn't do anything wrong, and I think you can both be right. If you are morally fucked up by it, whatever. Bill Cosby just did crimes.
Yeah,
like that's like
Louis is.
I think allegedly, not even allegedly, because he did get convicted, but the reason he got convicted was they used proof that they weren't supposed to.
Yeah, it was
so
that
now he
shit.
got acquitted, but it's like he didn't get acquitted because he was found not guilty. He was found guilty.
Yeah, it's that shit where they're like, it's like. The information wasn't bad. They just like found it the wrong way or something.
Yeah.
No, and
it's essentially like where like somebody can get off of getting arrested because they weren't read their Miranda rights or something.
Yeah. No, it's the thing. The thing with Louis was always just like oh yeah, he didn't do anything illegal, and I guess some people could see that as wrong. I just took away like, oh, weird stuff makes him come. Yeah, that should have stayed private because you know what I mean.
That should have stayed private. Exactly. That's one of those things where you're like, I don't know. I mean, like maybe something could be done here, but it's also like you're sharing this and it's kind of weird. You know what I mean? Like it's a strange thing to do.
Yeah.
So I feel like once all that shit happened and all the news broke and everything, all of the like. LA or more liberal type podcasts that I listen to is just immediately talk about how unfunny he is, and it's like you're a fucking
drives me
He
insane.
was a genius last week,
bro. And all of those people too. If there's not a recording of it, if there's not a tweet of it, they 1000% had conversations about how Louis is the fucking GOAT because people forget. People forget before Louis got canceled, he was like a god to the fucking dumb liberal people.
For comedy. Every comedy fan loved him.
I know. No, I'm not saying I agree with that, but I'm saying if you went into like, because like liberals got to also feel like we got to watch him and laugh at fucking him, jerk off jokes and all this other stuff. But Louis also got to let people feel smart for liking him because his shit was that special type of weird.
Yeah, he's absurd. He was an absurd comic. That's what I really liked.
Exactly, because there's certain people that like they can't just like stuff to like stuff. They have to also like be like, does this also make me smart for liking it? And all those people got to feel smart for liking Louis, so they held him up as a fucking god. And then it's like. Yeah, that stuff drives me up. Fuck, I was going to have another good point. No, because it also irritates me too because people forget people forget how it was in like 2010. You know what I mean? Like you'd have people, and I'm not anti Sarah Silverman. I'm just bringing up the fact that it's like Sarah Silverman would have sketches where she would go hard red lip, black face in sketches. You know what I mean? Like they would have bits where like they would go fucking hard. And then, because a lot of those people live off social capital, when the woke shit came in, all your social capital and being edgy went away. So now everyone's just way more focused on like, well, I'm a good person because of A, B, and C. It's all, all that shit drives me up a fucking wall, dude.
Yeah, but it's still a thing where like I understand if you don't like want to support them anymore, but you can't. It's not that you, or if you personally can't listen to those, records or anything, but to go back and say like now it's not actually funny, and it's like
it's psychotic.
It was still absolutely funny, and it's still funny, but like you can't get past, and that's totally fine too, but it's also like it's hard, it's a thing where like listening to Michael Jackson, you're like, these are incredible songs for a guy who was a real fucking weirdo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Stared at some buttholes.
Definitely a weirdo. Like, nothing confirmed, but confirmed weirdo for sure.
Well, that was I remember we were talking
Jimmy
about
Kimmel and Jimmy Fallon both did blackface on TV, like multiple times. It was a bit on the Man Show. Karl Malone,
and now they're doing. Dude, did you see the recent thing on Jimmy Fallon? Must have murdered a child. Like the things they're making him, brother. The things they're making him do.
Do you think this is his Illuminati humiliation, right? Like,
I hope it is, because like people
is he auditioning to be the new god of Illuminati,
brother. No, I think he's just their current sacrifice. Because it's like the thing, like people forget, like Kimmel used to be funny. Fallon used to be funny. I think Fallon still is funny because there's still reports that he goes out in New York and gets fucking shithouse drunk all the time.
That speaks to your thing about has he killed something?
Yeah,
or someone.
Well, I think Fallon knows he's just completely ruined his legacy, and I think he leaves every night and just drinks a whole bottle of Jack or something to like just deal with it. And I say this as a guy who wants to go drinking with Fallon so fucking bad.
Yeah.
Like, dude, we used to go to I don't know if it's still there, but there's we used to go to the Brooklyn Comedy Club all the time, like me, Nate Lemaire, and people and shit. And there'd be this dope ass pizza place like 3-4 blocks down. And my favorite thing, I'd order my pizza, and as I'm waiting for it, I'd look over, and there'd just be, in every pizza place in New York, there's a million pictures with the owner and like random celebrities that popped in. So, and they got a million of those on the wall, and there'd be this one picture, eye level, you'd look over, it'd just be Jimmy Fallon and this like glazed over, can barely stand look in his eyes. I go, Fallon has to rule. Like he has to be but no, this is why I think. This is why I think Jimmy Fallon's this is why I think he murdered a kid. Is just like, what are we doing, man? Like, and this might get the video taken down, but I don't care. It's for
behind me.
This is unbelievably great.
Okay.
All right, there's three of the hottest dolls right now that are attached to purses.
Labubus.
Yes, and they're at a fast food where you take your car to get fast food even faster.
A drive-through?
Yes. What's the Scottish hamburger place? Sorry. As a clown. Clown is a mascot.
McDonald's?
Yes. And they're doing.
Wait, so three Labubus are going through a drive-through McDonald's?
Yes, but they're also doing a TikTok trend involving numbers.
Oh God.
Everyone says
pick
it's
up on
not
that.
41.
Oh, I can't say that.
No, you can say no. Go.
He's drunk right now.
There's a number.
I know.
It's not 66.
I know, but I feel like I'm gonna.
No, you can say it. It's not 68.
I know it's.
Sydney Sweeney thinks it's 69, and she doesn't want to say that on TV. Pat, did you get that?
Kind of lady. It ain't in her jeans.
Yes. Three Labubus doing 6'7" at McDonald's drive-thru. You can say that.
What? Like,
you can say that?
He said that. And he's just like, yeah, I murdered that kid back in '97, so I got to do this every day of my life.
Bro, that is kind of. I understand.
What is that even?
You know me. I like games. I like playing games. I like coming up with games. I like hosting the little game shows that we can do when we did the Panties in the Mouth lives, stuff like that. I like coming up with those ideas.
Yeah.
But it's also like that just seems like, how can we, while we're filming this legendary, like this show has a lineage. Do you know what I mean? This is the Tonight Show. This used to have some panache, and now it's literally, what can we come up with to make this go viral? We need a viral clip. And they go, Sydney Sweeney, Labubu, McDonald's, 6'7". And they're like, perfect.
Yeah.
Throw it in. And they're like, make the comedy is the afterthought. There is no comedy there. There was no comedy right there.
Brother, it goes back to what you were saying.
There was no entertainment.
Remember we well, to be fair, Sydney Sweeney did have big ass titties in it.
But they were too like secured. We need them loose.
Yeah. Here's the thing. She has to balance it out. And she's smart. What?
You remember that gray one? I think it was at the whatever award show. That's what we need.
Oh, do I remember the one where you could see her entire naked body? I have an inkling of what it looked like in my head.
Is that you recall? You recall it?
Yeah, do I recall that one where I could see her big, giant, heavy jugs perfectly, Pat? I think I remember
Every time she
it.
gestured, they moved. Like, that's what we need. When she goes, I can't say that. We need to go, blah.
I can't say it. Yeah,
I can't say that.
Well, here's the thing. Sydney Sweeney knows you can tell by the way she maneuvers in life. She knows exactly, like, the way her career can go. And she knows, like, who she is and her value to the thing. She's, like, accepted that she's, like, yeah, dude, I'm not over here being like fucking. I'm not doing some like who's like a top lady actress like Sandra Bullock or who's the lady who shit on MMA that you hate?
Meryl fucking Streep. That cunt.
Meryl Streep, dope actor, like amazing actor,
great liar, the best liar I've ever seen.
Well, again, sorry. I'm trying to ignore my.
You had to bring her up.
But I'm also trying to ignore my like. Well, actually, if you think about it, it's nope. You don't need to correct everyone every second, Andy. No, but like Meryl Streep's an amazing actress. So like, and Sydney Sweeney knows like she's like, yeah, I'm not gonna be doing that. And I know I got these big, massive jugs. So she like tempers when she shows the jugs, you know,
while the tits are shining.
But she's doing it at a rate that creates more longevity for her. Because if she's just every turn, we see those big jugs, brother, there's plenty of big jugs. She has to figure out how to make them special. So she goes, all right, red carpet, you can see the jugs. Jimmy Fallon and his Illuminati pleasing ass. Nope, you don't get to see him today. She's being sparing with the jugs.
That's part of the punishment, the Illuminati punishment. This is the longest. That's what the Tonight Show is now. It's just the longest running Illuminati humiliation ritual I've ever seen.
Who said that? Oh,
me. I just.
I thought the way you laughed. I thought you were reading a comment. Yeah, dude, it does.
I did like this one. Pat's hatred of Meryl Streep is glorious. Thank you. Because honestly, it is not unfounded. That bitch came at one of my favorite art forms, and I'm gonna tell her that she's a fucking phony bitch.
Yeah, she has to say that though. That's her fucking thing.
Coffee's coming. It's coffee with wife. Oh, it's not.
This is our segment.
Thanks, wife.
Tom brings coffee.
Thanks, wife.
Wait, real quick. Ask her what she thinks about Israel-Palestine.
Babe, what do you think about Israel-Palestine?
She's like,
no thoughts.
She said no thoughts. So apparently whores are not allowed.
She said, get him. You clever little rascal. Fuck, what was I going to say?
Something about how super brilliant I was.
No, definitely wasn't that. Oh, you know what? You just brought me your Meryl Streep thing reminded me.
Damn, Dunbar, that's sad.
What do you say?
I mean, that's not the only reason she's here. She does other stuff.
Yeah. Sometimes she brings me lasagna.
Yeah. Is anti-Semitic in her response. Nice. Well, Slav, we all hear what we want to hear.
Well, Slav, we all take statements and fit them into our specific worldview that needs to happen.
She's not pro-Semitic, but I mean, she's not necessarily anti.
That's more so on my Meryl Streep thing. It's not even necessarily arguing the point, but it is just a long lineage of like, you just go like, how do I say this the least pretentious way possible? I love actors for their acting because I love movies and I love the way you guys pretend. It's awesome. It's awesome. Yeah. And I literally don't mean that in a condescending way at all. Like I've watched, dude, I remember one of the best, and this might be a little embarrassing, but one of the best viewing experience I ever had was I was watching. It was the first time I ever watched Avengers Endgame, and I was like alone, and Steph fell asleep, and Andy was like, "Should I start drinking more alone?" And I was like a little drunk watching Endgame, and when like the end happened, I was like, let's fucking go. I was like, I love, bro, the way you guys pretend really brings emotions out of me. But it's like this whole thing where people just feel the need to interview them. And I go, don't do that.
Yeah.
Why do we take what they say seriously? And I saw this article or this interview from the lady who played Aunt Gladys, and you saw Weapons, right?
Nope.
No, you didn't?
I've seen Weapons. I have a couple.
Do you want to see the movie Weapons? I don't know if I want to spoil it for you.
Honestly, you're not going to spoil it to it. I'll probably do laundry during it anyway.
Oh, okay.
Did the lady with the red hair do something?
Yeah, the lady with the red hair, she
I've seen the lady with the red hair, and I heard Weapons, the word.
Yeah. The lady with the red the lady with the red hair, basically, long story short, she's like essentially an evil witch that causes all the problems in the movie.
She's not a good witch. She's an evil witch.
No, like bad in every way. Everything about her is bad. And I'm not even like, that's not like an opinion. Like if you watch the movie, you find out every single thing about her is bad. And then you see this interview where it's like, people actually like Aunt Gladys. They kind of want to hang out with her. I'm very happy. I'm very, very happy and grateful that the gay community and the drag community have really accepted Gladys. The people that I've talked to have said, we're the other, we're the outsider, and we're not supposed to fit in. Gladys does in a weird way. And now they have really helped her spread her magic around. And it's just like, hey, maybe you don't want to associate the LGBTQ plus community with the woman that came into town and corrupted and traumatized all the kids and literally ruined everything for everyone.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah,
because she's the villain, right? She's the villain in that movie. Is it like a horror movie?
Yeah, it's not like a traditional horror movie. It's more. It has horror.
It's like a Jordan Peele one.
Yeah. I mean, you're giggling for some reason, but yeah. Do you not like those ones?
The villain is racism.
Well, I actually think that's where
vampires.
Well, I actually think that's where Weapons and Zach Kreger, he did Weapons, he did Barbarian, where he just, I think he had ripped. Well, that's the thing. I think people were, well, because Jordan Peele, when Get Out came out, it was like that was way more of the vibe. But then it's like, you can only make so many movies, like you just said, where you're like, you know who the bad guy is? Racism.
Yeah. What was the one with just recently with the vampire racists?
Sinners.
Yeah, that was like
Did you watch it?
Yeah, it's just a vampire movie, but vampires are white.
Yeah,
and it's like, okay. You know what I mean? Like, you didn't add anything different to a vampire movie. Like there wasn't like Twilight. I hate Twilight. But at least Twilight added different things to a vampire genre. You know what I mean? Like there was.
Did you know vampires could be shiny and teenagers?
Did you know there's actually no side? I've argued with this with Dom so many times about. I was like, there's no downside to be a vampire in this world. It's not a curse. It's not a curse here. You just get to live as a hot motherfucker for the rest of your life, normally. And actually, when you're out in the sun, people love you more.
And you get to be outside all the time.
Yeah, it's just one of those things that like.
Well,
I like when they at least add something different, but when it's like, oh, they get hypnotized and then they're this, and it's just like, I like it. Like the first watch of Get Out, I was like, yeah, that's good. But it was like when people were like, this is. It's just like nope.
Well, dude, it goes back to
a weird body snatcher movie.
No, and I'll defend Jordan Peele. His movies do rip. But it does, dude. It's. I think it hurt him. He came out in the time when it was like that shit I was saying before, the social capital. Yeah. It's just you see like it's that thing I was talking about Louis, where it's like, wait, does liking Louis make me seem smart? And then it's like,
oh no, now I'm a bigot.
but then you see something like Get Out, and you're like, wait a minute. Loving Get Out makes me a good person. And that's not to say it's not a good movie, because it is. Yeah, but that's why it got, and I see them doing it to Sinners. Even though I haven't seen Sinners, like you were saying, I was like, I've heard a lot of good things about it, so I'll watch it eventually. But it really was, I was watching it, I'm like, oh, the white people are the vampires?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay. I'll get to that whenever.
I mean, vampires are evil enough. Like, just be vampire. You're blood sucking demons. That's the villain. And then,
well, and I gotta be honest too. Like, I hope this doesn't come off fucked up, but you're like it's like, like you can make a movie about black people just doing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's like you can't, like, it's just another movie, especially too if you see black people in it and it's like a period piece. You're like, okay, it's gonna be how people were mean to them. And then like
really funny, actually, that I noticed, I actually did point this out. This is Pluto TV would hate this observation I'm about to make, but I was watching Derry. I think I brought this up before, the Welcome to Derry show.
Yeah,
and it's about 1965.
They just put the N-word in there on their own.
But that I would bet that they would, because there is none. Like it is so insane to me that, like, I've said this to Dom so many times. Here's my little autism that kicks in. We're like probably, I don't know. I think we're caught up. I don't know if they're all out or not. I think we
on Welcome to Derry.
Yeah, maybe we're like 5 or so episodes in. I don't know exactly.
Well, I think there's only about 5 out right now. 5 or 6 at most.
And they've introduced already. They have like Dick Halloran from The Shining as a young guy. He's part of the military base. The family that they're following that's coming into town to work on the military base is a black family, and it's like cool. Then they start going, and they actually specifically bring up a point. Like at one point, his general's like, "We don't really have that kind of stuff around here. I know you're from the South, but like up here, we're cool. Don't worry. We don't do that shit." And then of course there is a group, and they based it on the creature molting in the sewers, and it's like putting hate into the water. So it's like kind of it has not been a thing, but it also happens to be around the 60s, and it's actually a really cool little like explanation of like, why does all this fucking social hatred come into this small town out of nowhere when like they're your neighbor, they're your friend, or all this other stuff. Like, you have no other reason to hate this guy. He's a war hero. He's actually a special, he's like a skilled Air Force pilot that comes into town. And then, but the whole time, I mean, there's a fucking group of white supremacists that go to this black club to burn it down. Not one N-word. Not one N-word or like racially hate-filled phrase. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not calling them any kind of, but they hate them enough to kill them. But they won't. And I'm like, why are you bringing this up as a storyline if you're not like we're all adults? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you can make the villain say the naughty word because he's the villain. And that's the thing, is like who's the guy who plays Pennywise? Sarsgaard, one of the Sarsgaards, I think. Right?
Yeah.
Like
is he the same?
Just a heads up, he doesn't actually want to lure children into the sewer to eat them and stuff. So like, he's doing it. Why can't you show? You know what I mean? Like, it's a thing where I'm like, you're in the 60s, you're talking about racial inequality and hatred, and you're just like, we hate you guys.
You stinkers.
Excuse me, everyone in here. We don't like you. We're gonna kill every one of you people. It's not even like that. Like it's like they're dancing around a subject they're bringing up, and it's kind of like,
I know 100%.
This a main plot point, and not, you're actually like, I don't think you don't have to go Quentin Tarantino.
No. I hear. I feel like you have this need to over explain it. Yeah. No, you're not like wrong, but like sometimes you just turn on a show and immediately you get the vibe. You're like, oh, you're gonna do this with kid gloves.
Yeah, and like it's weird that they're literally killing kids, and they're like, and then they're like, don't say the R word, or even an A. Give me a soft A. Just like, you. Yeah. Get it out of here. You know, like.
With the white supremacists to be a little cool.
Yeah, they're cool with them. You know?
Come on, man. The ER's offensive. Say the A when you're burning their club down.
If you're going there to kill them and get them out of town, like, you could. There's other ways that they can like portray this, because again, you're painting it correctly. It's not actually them. It's something in the water supply. They're under a curse or whatever the fuck you want to say, but don't bring it up if you're not.
Well, no, it's like, this weird. No, you're like 100% right. I guess my vantage point, I'm like, I accepted that from the jump, but you're not wrong. Yeah. I'm not saying you're wrong at all, because it is funny to be like, it is funny to be like, all right, so we're gonna do this show about this alien from outer space that eats kids, but like we don't want to be offensive.
We don't want to offend any people that might be triggered by racist statements. And it's like, what are you fucking talking? You're showing a kid getting split in half or whatever. You know what I mean? Like he's sucking their blood out of their fucking heads and he's like ripping their arms off and shit. And you're like, brother, you can drop an R and it would be like, even one would be powerful to be like, whoa, oh my god,
dude, that's
what
like
the fuck?
I heard Big J on this episode of Skanks back in the day where he was. I guess they did like a Grease remake, and they just put a bunch of black people in the school, and which there would be black people, but still they had this like he was just laughing because they had this one scene where like the one black girl was like giving the principal a huge amount of attitude, and he's like, it's just the most unbelievable scene because the principal would be like, all right, how dare you talk to me like that, you fucking animal, or
pick her up by her arms.
It'd just be like, hey, we're gonna do something about this.
Like you're bringing up that evil, but then you're not addressing it. But with Pennywise, it's brother, every episode it's this, and then he walks and he runs towards you. They go, uh-oh.
Yeah.
And you're like, whoa, that's spooky. But then he rips a kid in half, or he drinks everybody's blood, or he fucking kills everybody in town. Like, whatever the fuck it is. Shows you a visual of your dead dad chopped up in pieces in a jar. And you're like, these are crazy visuals, crazy absurd as shit. And they're just like, but let's not offend anybody with language, okay?
Well, there is this thing, I think it is too, from like a production standpoint. There is this thing where it's just it is in like human, like just from growing up in America and the sort of like, the general history of our country and, maybe like the things they pump at us and stuff. We have been, well, that makes me want to say it. Like well, no, there is this thing where, if you're just a person growing up in America and we've set aside the things we like give a shit about, everyone is programmed. And this isn't necessarily even like a judgment call, but you are programmed to react bigger over things like that. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like if you said, it's like, dude, it'd be the same thing, honestly. Like you could have a version of that for other races where it's like, can you imagine if like randomly, you have the guys in, well, they wouldn't really be, they hadn't been fucking with the Middle East that much at this point, but can you imagine if one of the soldiers was like, yeah, those fucking towel heads. Yeah. Even in that, we'd all be like, hey, man.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying is like there are more northern like racial slurs that people like use. And you know what I'm saying? Like there's not just the N-word. Like there's other things that like terminology that would be used to properly convey their thinking them lesser people. There's plenty of ways to say it. And they just bring it up.
There's plenty of ways. Trust me. I know.
I've emailed them every episode and I go, why aren't you saying it yet? Are you saving it for the season finale? Because honestly, you're giving me blue balls here.
I legit think it's like a vibe thing too with the show because it's like,
let's just focus on the dead kids. Okay.
Well, no. You're not wrong. You're not wrong, but I'm having a hard time expressing this where it's like they want to have this. It's like in the opening sequence of Welcome to Derry, where there is all the like Norman Rockwell-esque shit mixed with the scary stuff, and it's like they need that juxtaposition of like cheery and scary, and I think there's something about when, because they do hints at the racism. Oh, yeah. They never actually come out and blatantly say it, but they do nods to it. And I think they want to, because that's the vibe they're trying to get. Cause I think it enhances the, kid murdering scenes where
child murdering. They're children that are going missing because of the clown that's ripping their bones out of their body. And they're just like, but don't be mean.
Nah, it's funny. I'm trying to make sense of it because it's one of those things like when you watch it, you like, I get it. But the second you start explaining it, you're like, oh, it is retarded.
No, I know. I think I get what you're saying. I think I get what you mean. Like to have the juxtaposition where you're like, oh, this is perfect, ideal town and in beautiful New Hampshire and this blah, 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 blah. And then they go like, but there's a bad side. And you're like, okay,
Yeah.
okay. And then they go like, oh, the people are nice and they feel so welcome and everything, but not everybody. And you're like, okay, okay. But they're not giving the other side so much. They're still doing the thing where they're like, they see him in town, they go, hey, how's it going, neighbor? And then just later on, they're just like, not even a brick through the window. Remember that? Like that was used to be a thing. That was a thing in the 60s, like a warning sign of get out of town. They throw a brick in the thing and they say,
it was a big part in that was one of the things in the beginning of Remember the Titans.
yeah, like that's it was, and that's what I'm saying is like these are things that like these are tropes that existed. It's not even like you're making them up. You're not inventing hatred. Hatred existed in the 1960s. It still exists, but like the 1960s, this was a main plot point in the world. So like you making it a part of the story is not unacceptable, and it's not crazy. But it's also like if you're going to do it, you need to accurately portray what it would have been like. It wouldn't be.
No, you're right. Well, that's the other thing too. Like when you're going about town, it's not like people would just be popping. Even in the 60s, people wouldn't just be popping N-bombs like that. But you are right. Like
when they're at the club,
especially too. Again, in the midst of the kid murder show, when the KKK members are burning down a club, they're gonna pop a few.
They're gonna be like one of them, something like it's like calling them even like boy or something like that. A demeaning thing like that would be like it would be something that would be an accurate portrayal. Like
you know what it is,
like a very dismissive term. It doesn't have to be hard R's. It can be
literally
like you people, you know.
Yeah, boy. Get him with a boy.
What are you doing here,
say the
Y. You know, like
boy. Hit him on.
God.
Just came out so easy for us. But
it's not spelled B-O-Y, it's B-O-H. Boy. Or B-O-Y-A.
B-O.
Boy.
I spell it B-O-I-I-I-I-I-I. No, what was the other fucking thing? Oh, no, this might be a good way to put the point I was trying to make. It's like when you're watching like wrestling and it's like we already know the thing and there's the heel and then there's the baby face. And then there's like, cause like, and this is where wrestling fans fuck up because they don't know how it used to be where you're like, no, it wasn't just like, oh, I love the bad guy, he's doing nasty stuff. No, like back in the day it was like, I fucking hate you, I'm gonna slash your tires after the show.
Yeah.
And it's this thing where you're like, wrestling fans have been reprogrammed to be like, he's the bad guy but I still love him. And so when they actually do shit to make you hate them, it's like, well, no, I don't want to hate him. And that's the thing I think shows.
It's the Paul Heyman
That's the thing. Yeah. That's the thing shows avoid. They avoid having you actually be like, you know, because it's like, well, if I actually hate Pennywise, how am I going to dress up like him for Halloween?
Yeah.
You know, it's shit like that. Or it's like, how's my Mexican friend going to get a full sleeve of him tattooed on his arm?
Like, even if Pennywise.
Sorry, I'm being in Texas. I just started to realize I was like, Hispanic people love horror movie villains.
Yeah, Chucky especially. But there's a
Michael Myers too for some reason.
There is a weird thing where like, even if it was Pennywise, like sharing, you know how he like makes you see things and like he shows hallucinations and crazy evil scenarios and shit. Even if like it was just a vision that he gave to, you know what I'm saying, like something like that, where it's just the execution of it is like I like the storytelling. I do like how they're tying the worlds together better than Stephen King could. Like, you know what I'm saying, like he would do that in his books and everything. We talked about this before, where like,
have you read his books though?
No, I don't read anything.
Okay, so you have nothing to base this statement on.
That essentially analysis of people saying this character came from this book, this character lived here. I watched a whole breakdown of how each one of them goes together, and I'm like, some of those gets a little loosey goosey after a while. But the movies, I know a lot of times he's not even necessarily involved with. So the movie versions of them even, but like this being where they're tying it into, like, they all take place in the same New England area a lot of times anyway. So saying that this person knew this person or this person knew this person doesn't really add anything to the story to me. But while I'm watching this, being a fan of The Shining, being a fan of Shawshank Redemption,
yeah,
like these three franchises kind of being tied together. I think Carrie is also tied up in the
Yeah, the I think I said it before. The Stephen King links, they're not like, oh, you got to watch this Marvel movie for this moment in this Marvel
it's
movie
not a
to
very
make
thought
sense.
out universe, but it is cool that
They're put together in a way to make you go, oh, he said he said Shawshank.
You know what it is?
That's from the other movie.
Yeah, it's one of these. It's a little nudge, and you go, Shawshank. Remember?
Well, they should really do the scenes like that. They're like, you act like that, you're gonna get sent to Shawshank.
Remember? Hey, I heard they just got a new guy there that murdered his wife. Time. It's the same time.
Dude, you know what's funny? I have actually been, because I brought up the book thing, and sorry if that was a little nasty, but no, I've actually been thinking about. I was like, I think I'm gonna start reading Stephen King books because we were talking.
I can't.
Salem's Lot.
Yeah.
It's it was like super washed out because of my. Hey, wait, I got to do the fucking.
Yeah.
By the way, this looks like it could be a Deftones cover.
Yeah. Or a Tool video. It looks like it could be a Tool video too, like a.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
She's being created.
But here's my thing. It's like, no, I'm like, after we've been talking about Stephen King, I was like, I started to realize, I go, especially with his books, I go, we're both making assumptions, and I go like, because we're both talking about like I remember you were like, I'm doing this based off what other people said, and I'm hearing what you're saying, going like, I'm doing like law of averages in my head, going like, I don't like that can't be right, but like none of us actually know. So I was like, let me actually check out his books, and I gotta tell you, like how that guy writes, because it's like
it's very digestible,
dude, for real. And I gotta tell you, I'm done trying to feel like a fucking smart guy. I just want to be an entertained.
Yeah.
I just want to be entertained, dude. Like I was trying to read. I got these fucking I got these fucking books like Crime and Punishment by Fyodor Dostoevsky. Dostoevsky, some sad fucking German or Russian or whatever the fuck he is. What?
He said German. Sorry. That's half cough. That's not all laugh. I made myself cough by that. But when you said German, I was like, oh, Dostoevsky, the famous German.
Dostoevsky. No, it's definitely Russian. Yeah. I'm just talking fast. No, famous like Russian philosopher, which I'm not even like, I don't want to do that fucking dumb guy thing where I'm just like, I don't like his stuff, so all of his stuff's fucking bad. No, it's just, it's good. It's just, you know what it is? I'm really just past this whole fucking thing of like, there really is a sect of media where you can tell the creator is like, brother, they're going to think I'm so fucking smart. Yeah. They're going to think I'm so fucking smart. And I will say also part of the Dostoevsky shit is like it's written of the time. So that's another thing. It just
no mention of iPods or anything.
Yeah, exactly. I go, I don't know anything in this. Say things I've experienced.
You're gonna mention TiVo. When do we get to TiVo? Come on, guys.
But no, and I was just like, I was reading that, and it was just like pissing me off. And then I was like, let me bust that. We've been talking about Stephen King a bunch. I'm curious how this guy fucking writes. Not that I haven't read his writing. I read The Shining.
Yeah, I actually did read The Shining and the book, not even like an audio.
Yeah. Great book. Great book. Great book. Might need, probably could have cut out a little bit of fat. God, he likes to over-explain shit in that book. But no, I just started to realize
I put the kid orgy in that one too. That was weird.
Yeah.
I don't know why he puts it in every book. That's just like a weird book that he has.
And it was funny because I personally just like wrote it in, and then later I go, oh, it's in here already.
Fanfic. Oh, I didn't even need it. There it is.
Yeah. Dude, it'd be so funny. Oh, dude, it's so funny. You mentioned that. I can do prop comedy now because I literally have a copy of it right here. I just thought it'd be so funny to go over to someone's house and they have a copy of it, but like right here towards the end, it's really worn in.
We should go to reading. Can you just read that part? Just the gross part one time?
I don't want to. Because it's a kid orgy. That's weird.
Yeah, but we can just pretend like it's not.
Yeah,
we can pretend I'm going to look up Stranger Things and they're all legal.
But we're playing teenagers. No, I'm going to be reading the book and I'm going to look over and you're going to look like Snoopy looking up in the air like, oh, read it slower.
Or you look over and Steph's like in the doorway going like,
No, it's her fucking book. She's the pervert.
Yeah, it's her crease.
Yeah, it's her crease. She's the freaky sex pervert. Now,
why is this page dog-eared, Steph? Why'd you dog-ear this page?
Dude, speaking of books, I've been learning so much about my wife's fucking autism. It's so funny watching her like just have OCD and like what triggers her. Like, I don't have like bookmarks. I just find paper.
Mm-hmm.
And so I have a lot of these $14 checks from like Sunset or shit like that. And so like some of my books are just old checks. Steph saw that in my book. She just goes, "That bothers me so much."
Really? Just that?
Bro, she has an interesting dude. We just bought a new rug because the old one got it's just covered in beer and wine because we keep fucking spilling shit on it. So Steph got a new rug and she got a black rug with a lot of like white splotches in it. So like the cat's hair isn't as like aggressive and noticeable. And but it just doesn't match the room. And she's like, I had to order a new couch cover. It doesn't match the current couch cover. And it's like, it's not even like at times it's not even like a preference thing. It's like I can see it in her eyes. I go, "Oh, your body's covered in spiders right now, isn't it?" You need a new.
Speaking of, I have to go potty real quick. I'm so sorry.
Oh no, that's fair. Is that what you get when you're full of poop? I was just
gonna say, speaking of covered in spiders, I'm like,
I'm covered in piss spiders.
Piss spiders. All right, I'll be right back.
Yeah, no problem. All right, so Pat's gonna grab a piss real quick, which actually I think we're gonna do the trade-off because I have to get a little bit more agua. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. This is a good time. If you're listening to this, well, if you're in the chat and you missed some of this, just remember we also do I also post this on Spotify and iTunes. I post this on Spotify and iTunes, and I'm sure it's on every single other podcast app. Go check it out over there. It's a fun time. Please rate and review that if you can. If you're listening on the podcast apps, Drag the Lake 732 on YouTube. We stream live from here every Monday through Friday. It should be the two of us. Occasionally, Pat has other things to do. Me, my schedule is free as fuck. But honestly, sometimes some things might pop up. So someone's going to be here, most likely. It's, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Occasionally we'll go over. Today we might go over. I think the combo is cooking. But 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also twitch.tv/AndyMalfrina. I should also say, I don't know if you're still in the chat. I saw your first-time chatter, Diaper Boy 759. Thank you for the follow over on Twitch, twitch.tv/AndyMalfrina. I appreciate all the support. Hit the like button, do all the stuff. This is gonna be a daily thing. If you guys miss old school talk radio when it wasn't gay as fuck, this is what we're doing with it. One last thing I wanted to say while Pat's gone. I remember we got a little sidetracked, but it was a great conversation. But one thing I wanted to say while Pat's gone, with this picture, nope, I did not want to make that the biggest one. I wanted to make that not there. Anyway, whatever, Pat's there. The other thing I was going to say about this is the part that also fucking the part that also fucking irks me about this is like people always have such a base level understanding of things like this where people actually like Aunt Gladys, and it's like, well, no, people don't. And like she says that they want to hang out with her, and it's like, no, there's this version of like where you're watching it and you're like, this is a really good, interesting movie. I like the interesting layers to this character and like what it's adding to the story and shit like that. That's why. But I will say this: I do think people. She is right to one degree because people do the fucking thing a lot of times where it's the wrestling term I love. They work themselves up into a shoot where a perfect example, like I like everyone always does ironic shit long enough to where turns genuine. Like there's this one dude, I've talked about this before, but there was this one dude I used to work with in a kitchen who would hit me every time he saw me. He would hit me with a hang 10. And me and my other buddy I worked with didn't like that guy. So we would mock that guy constantly because he annoyed the shit out of us. And so we would hit him back with like, yeah, hang 10. And then over the days and months and stuff, and the year I worked there, I just became a hang 10 guy. And that happened, like I was at that job pre-COVID. I was at that job I mean, honestly, like 2015. You know what I mean? And to this day, I still hit people with the hang 10. You know what I mean? So there's this thing, you know, it's this thing people do where they work themselves into a shoot. They forget the original reason why they fucking felt any way that they felt. And then they just turn into that thing. So I was just going back to the other point I was going to make about like the people actually like Aunt Gladys and they want to hang out with her. And I go, no, she's an interesting character. She's an interesting character. In that world. But yeah, let me also go get some more water and shit like that. I will be right back.
Yeah, I don't really know. I haven't seen the movie about the weapons movie or anything. I don't give a shit about it right now, but just in general, I think it's a matter of, and this would be an interesting thing for, I feel like, the chat too, like, because you're watching us on Twitch, it looks like mostly. Pretty much everybody here is on Twitch, at least in the chat. There's a couple YouTubers, got a couple YouTube people, but for the most people, like, we had Verizon or something like that, and we had a couple different. They through having a membership through them or having contract with them, we got a couple streaming services for free or included or for like a cheaper price. They bundled it for cheap. I don't know. It was ESPN Plus, Hulu, and Disney, I feel like. I think it was Disney was the other one. I can't remember. But it was all the Disney ones. It was just like a bundle that they probably already do. And and like we just found out the ESPN got canceled. And really the only point would be to have ESPN for hockey. Because they just did the last pay-per-view for UFC. The first pay-per-view is going to be the next one, the next numbered event is going to be on Paramount Plus, starting in July or January. And like, I don't. Dom's a little bit different. She definitely wants Netflix. She definitely wants HBO. She wants a couple different ones. But I feel like I would be okay with YouTube Premium, YouTube TV. And like, I want to say like Pluto and the other one. What's the other one? There's Pluto and Tubi. Those are free ones, but like, I don't. Most of the other ones, maybe Disney, I guess, or like maybe Hulu, and like bump it up a little bit to get like. But it's just like I can't. It's not even necessarily the price. It's just the fact of like I don't. That's never my go-to. If I can't find it on YouTube Premium with no ads, then I'll look for it on like YouTube TV or something like that. But for anything else, it just seems like such a fucking shit show. Like Apple, people go like, "Have you seen this show?" And it's like, "Oh, what's it on?" Like Paramount Plus. I would never have Paramount Plus. I would never ever subscribe to Paramount Plus until I found out that the UFC was going there. Now I will.
What are you talking about?
The fact that like, so we had Verizon before. The phones, and like with our plan, we also had like what?
I don't. Oh wait, it makes more sense now. I wasn't calling you dumb. These sentences we had Verizon, the phones.
Yeah,
God, that's a funny sentence.
They do internet and cable. Well, no, yeah,
no. In the moment, I go, God damn. But even outside of that, the clarification, like the phones, as they're known for, great work, guys. Sorry.
We didn't necessarily hate the service or anything like that, but with that package, we got. Okay, that was cool. Thanks for that. Thanks for jumping off my shoulder, you dickhead. There's we got like a bundle of like Hulu, Disney Plus, and like ESPN or something like that. There was like, they included it part of our bill and stuff. And I was like, oh, that's cool. But it's like, those just recently got canceled because we switched phone services. And I was like, I don't care. And then I really thought about it. If it wasn't for Dom, I don't think I would have Netflix. I don't think I would have HBO. I'm fine. I think personally, what I usually go to intake any kind of media aside from sports, and that's what I was saying when you came in was like, I wouldn't even have ESPN Plus if it wasn't for like they do have hockey games, and they did UFCs, but like now I just like YouTube and YouTube TV are like the two things that I'm like that would be okay with me. And even if I didn't have YouTube TV, I think I'd be okay with just YouTube Premium.
Yeah, well, in a perfect world,
And racist
I would
ass
just
Pluto.
what?
And racist ass Pluto.
Oh yeah, well that's Pluto's obvious. Like it's no one subtitles it as good as Pluto. That one we don't even have to say that one out loud.
They're notorious.
So you know what's funny? In a perfect world, I would just be buying physical media, and you know what? Can I sidebar my sidebar? We gotta stop saying physical media. It's like saying cisgender. It's like no. You know what I mean? It's like it's like that's the base. You guys, there's nothing wrong with the other one. You're the other one. You know what I'm saying? It's like no. DVDs and Blu-rays and shit and vinyls and CDs were all first. The streaming is the fucking variable on top of that. That's like the new version where it's like you know maybe the cisgender wasn't the perfect analogy because I don't hate any of those people the way I hate fucking streaming right now. But so okay, hey, we're doing a podcast. Sometimes you don't got good analogies, but no, I actually do. I'm starting to absolutely hate the fucking term physical media because it gives it this like, well, obviously streaming's the base and this is just like a fun little collector's thing you do. And it's like, no, yeah, this one's way more expensive, but it's the better one. You know what I mean? Like being able to walk over to a wall and open up a fucking container and then your movie's in there. But yeah, anyway, okay, sorry. Sidebar.
The thing I would do about that would just be like anytime I buy a movie now, I just buy the Blu-ray, DVD, digital copy version. Yeah, that's the thing where that's the best. That's one of the best inventions that came out because it's like you get the physical copy, you still get the streaming possibilities, and then you also just get to have like most of my movie collection, I still own it physically, but I also can just access it through my Apple account. So it's like nice.
Yeah, this is what I'm going to turn to. Andy only has water clock operated musical plays. Yes, that is what I will get down to. I'll be Ted Kaczynski in my fucking cabin watching water operated musical plays. No, so yeah, in a perfect world, I'm just buying DVDs and shit like that and just watching it that way. But dude, I got to be honest, like I haven't been like YouTubing and podcasting the same way I used to. Like I get the irony of what I do constantly, but for me now, I'm kind of over hearing a motherfucker describe something to me. I'm just gonna go watch it, or I'm gonna go read it. You know what I mean? Like if it's a book, if it's a movie, if it's anything. Now, I guess I'm like I've been trying to be more involved and I've been trying to pay more attention to sports. I go every time I pull something up, it's some Stephen A. Smith motherfucker who's just like, oh, this guy's the fucking worst. Or I bring up like sports radio and it's like the dumbest fucks I've ever heard. Like I don't even know sports, but I can tell by the way you conversate, you're a dumb fuck. You're a dumb fuck that doesn't have any layers to any thought you've ever fucking had. And so, yeah, I'm like, you get more in less streaming platforms than you think. But yeah, I'm still on the platforms for now because I don't have a bajillion dollars to buy DVDs. Yeah. But yeah, I'm way more into just watching the thing now. I don't care about, because it's like I can't trust people anymore. Not to sound emo or whatever, but it's like you can't always take, because it's like there's so many people caught up in the political shit, whether it's literal politics or the politics of your current thing. And I just go like, no, I'm just gonna watch it. I don't need to hear a guy describe it. I'm just gonna go pull up the clips from the thing. And so I'm still on the streaming platforms and stuff like that.
Yeah, I get them. Like I again, like I said, we have like HBO, we have a couple other ones, but like it's weird because we're like I just feel like that is the way I like having a broadcast version, and I like a regular, like, just pick a video broadcast or like a version. And YouTube TV gives me the broadcast version. So we're like, if I just want to have some background noise, or if I want to have a run of, again, I watch mainly runs of what are the sitcoms I'm watching now? It was Modern Family and Seinfeld for a long time. That was my biggie. Right now it's like old John Oliver's, like those just kind of play in the background and stuff like that. Where
oh yeah, I noticed that when living with you, you pick one until you're like done.
it just kind of goes on a loop. Yeah, it's just like it's not even that like I have a conscious thought that I don't like it, but like there's certain things that I can't. I like a rewatch. I like to retain things multiple times, or it's nice just to have background noise when I'm editing or something like that. So like football is the best. Sports are the best. That's why I love broadcast sports. That was my thing for the longest time. That one thing was the thing that really brought out the worst of like the pandemic with me, was that there was no more broadcast sports. Like no more, there was no life on television. I need a live broadcast. So that's always nice to have. But like other than that, like with like Netflix, like I think somebody said in the chat that it's like it's mainly like girl shows and Seinfeld. It's like that's the only thing, because that's really Dom watches every blah 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 of love, blah 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 of love.
Yeah.
Blind love, blind date, blind get married to this person, whatever. And it's like she watches even like the Italian ones and like the other language ones, the Korean one, and it's like but you're not it's weird because it's like, but
Bro,
that's
chicks
her,
are just
her version of what I'm talking about though. Is like that's just kind of her thing.
Yeah, but like
runs.
I and you know I love women. But like women. I love them. And that guy historically legit loved women too. But no, it's this thing where it's like, I do gotta say though, like dude slop is better for you than girl slop. Cause like
Well, it's usually like informational or like fact based. Whereas this is like all of theirs is emotion based. So it's like it's how did you feel when this thing happened? How like and it's never thought out. It's always felt out. So it's
that's the thing with
I'm
like
get married. I'm gonna get engaged to you, and I've never even met you, and it's just like I just don't know why things don't work out. It's like because you got engaged to a person you've never even seen it ever.
You know, there's actually no way that could possibly work out well.
Ever. Even in the best case scenario, you could actually ruin a possibility of a good relationship by fucking it up too fast like that.
Yeah. No, and even in like fucking like sports, like you could make a very easy argument to be like sports is gay and stupid. Like and you'd be right. Yeah. Like there's a long list of things that are gay and stupid about sports, and you'd be right about it. But you know, even in the worst interpretation of it, you're still watching, you know, guys who are really talented and work really hard,
accomplished people doing things.
And they're accomplished people doing things. And you know, you watch it, you get to, you know, you can watch it and go, oh, what are they going to have to do to get this ball that way and beat these people and do stuff like that? Sup? You know what I mean? Like, and then, so that can, if you want, that can stimulate problem solving and shit like that. Like even in the dumbest dude version of stuff, it's still, there's still a potential for your like brain to get stimulated and shit like that.
Yeah. Yeah. You have there's a level of uncertainty, you know what I mean? Like where anything could happen. And it's like, that's the live aspect that is, I think, so appealing to it. Whereas you're watching these other shows and you're like, yeah, anything could happen, or they could just break up like they're probably definitely going to do. You know what I mean? Like, or they're going to get married. And either way, it doesn't change anything. Like, but that's the thing. Neither does the sports thing. But it's just more compelling to watch than the same, in my opinion, than just you know, people going like, oh my God, you had a cat when you were growing up too?
There's this weird,
I think we're soulmates.
There's this weird thing where like, it's not even that like the dude shit isn't dumb. It's just like, dude, I have to feel like something is getting accomplished.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just like I remember I used to dude, because I'm like I'm way less into shit to just like just like a lot of people like to watch reality TV so they can feel like their life isn't as insane. And I go like, well, that to me is just like a Band-Aid on a bullet wound, you know, like, and then over time I go, you start to really realize like, oh, I've actually wasted a bunch of my time, you know, because because it's not like, you know, it's not like there's not like it's not like there's a lot you can do by being around people and going like, this is what happened on Love Island.
Yeah.
It's like, there's way more in the fact of like, you know, like, like, I'm sputtering out. You know, it's just girl shows suck because that's what it is. That's what it is for me. Is like the all those shows are funny in their own respect, but they truly feel like such a fucking waste of time. At least with sports and shit like that, you can kind of like learn how the art and of the sport is done more. You know what I mean? Like you can leave with something more. You don't leave with anything after watching the Housewives. And the last thought I was going to get out is like it all comes down to like whenever like I'll sit there for I've made this joke before. It's that thing where I'll sit down and I'll watch the Housewives show with my wife for like 5 seconds. And she turns to me and goes, well, he's never given a shit about this ever. Let me explain what's happening right now. Yeah. And you're like, I don't care. I've never cared. But, and it all comes down. She always goes like, can you believe? And I go, yes, I can. Everything that happens to them is not surprising that it happened to. None of it is ever surprising.
Yeah, if the more you have to explain the unlikelihood, like people can look at a person kicking a ball from a distance and compute that that would be very difficult to do. Very few people are that naive that think that they could do that. Not everybody's an Uncle Rico, but like if you really think about it, I think the difference is because they're people. It's people in both things. Like sports, they're just people. In reality shows, they're just people. Like why would you could make the same argument. Why would you want to watch them? They're just people. But it's really easy to be a shitty person. And that's what the majority of those shows are.
That's a really good point.
And when you're watching the people that are doing sports, it's really hard what they're doing to get to that caliber of what they're doing. And you can visually see that yes, these people are just running around slapping each other on the ass, throwing a ball. It doesn't really matter. Who gives a fuck? But, like, do you have any idea how hard it is to remember all the fucking shit on their little arm thing? Remember which guy is going to run which way? Watch the defense at the same time as well as them coming at you. Like, it's the multitasking and the accomplishments and the achievements done through training and time over time. Like, it's really easy to go, like, I fucking hate you, and throw wine on somebody. Anybody could do that.
Yeah, that's such a great point.
Babies do that. I don't want to watch baby behavior. I don't want to throw people throwing temper tantrums unless it's a flag thrown because the route that they've practiced for years didn't fucking work because the guy pushed him and the ref didn't see it, or he did see it, or whatever the fuck it is. Well, that's so it's one of those things of like the drama even is more compelling in sports because of the fact of like the rules changes or the history of a player's history, like he's never made a kick from this far before, and you're like, well, I want to watch because the wind's really blowing. Is he gonna do it? Can he do it? And it's not like anybody can go like, Samantha, will you be my wife? Because they don't care. Because at the end of it, if Samantha ends up being a bitch, he can just go, let's get fucking annulled, you stupid bitch, and then like I'll go on the reality show and tell everybody how you fucking suck. It's just like every single person in the world can do that. That's not special.
No, and the beauty of a lot of the like a lot of sports on its surface, it's like, you know, you look at MMA, you're like, yeah, two dudes go in a ring and fucking punch each other. It's not that fucking special.
Who's the
and then
strongest?
You start, and then dude, yeah, but well, no. What I'm trying to say is like, but then you start to learn a little bit. You start to learn a little bit about MMA, and you're just like, oh yeah, like. you know, every time he's doing this, he's getting like a
reaction.
gauge.
Yeah.
He's trying to get a reaction, and he's trying to get a gauge, and he's trying to like he's seeing how far the dude's gonna flinch when
it's
timing,
like, it's distance, it's fucking footwork, it's reaction time. It's like all these things all at once, and it's like, but they don't have glasses of wine.
Yeah.
Like, because they're not arguing, they're fighting.
I love the Kanye
meme.
I'm not gonna say what kind of reality TV directors they are. That's why I always told Slop. I was like, make it a joke. Just don't stop quoting statistics and make jokes. He's talking about soccer. Damn, what a nasty little fucker. I hope I'm never that nasty. I hope I never live my life so nasty.
Over to Twitch, dipshit.
That really is oh, wait a minute. Is it the point thumbs up? Maybe he's not being nasty.
We had to be explained base too. So if you are being mean, please be specific.
Yeah, we are severely autistic, so you have to be very clear if you're being mean to us or not.
Yeah, everything gets filtered as an insult here, bud. Okay, everything's passive aggressive up here.
Dude, I was laughing too. I was not tweeting up a storm. I had like 2 nasty tweets last night, and then I had a very passive aggressive, sarcastic Instagram comment, and I just go like, where do I get off being mad at YouTube comments? I go, I'm the bad YouTube comments.
I'm the bad guy. Oh, okay. Thank you. It's okay. I appreciate it. Thank you. Hey, both can be true.
I'm being nasty. but I like y'all too. But here's my argument. Why would you ever want to be nasty to me? Poor little Andy. No, I appreciate you. I appreciate it. I am the nasty.
And people are watching on Twitch. Hey, honestly, if I may, I'm not trying to point. Look, you point a finger, a couple fingers are going to be pointing right back at you. I want to tell you, V-Poop, you're the one watching.
Look.
You're watching. And is it sadder for no one to be watching, or you're the only one watching?
These fingers are pointing. These fingers are pointing over here, actually. If you look at it.
But if you're like this, right here. Put it in, yeah. See, now they're pointing.
Who points like that, though?
Marksmen. Soldiers. Do you have a weird thumb? Can I ask you a question, V-Poop? If you're being honest with me, is this a weird thumb? I've been told I have a weird thumb.
Maybe people got to stop looking at your thumb. Maybe people got to stop thumb watching.
I do go up to people and I go, "Hey, how are you doing today?" And I put my thumb right on their nose. And I go,
"Hey, is this is this weird?"
I go, "Hey, boop."
Oh man, dude! Speaking of Twitter, I deleted it off my fucking phone again. I think I'm like I can't
Shut
have.
Up, Holy Toad, you fuck. Sorry.
Hey, are you being mean? Hey, you have to tell us if you're being nasty.
Yeah. Moldy Toad, do you mean that?
wait, what do you mean by that? Is this like a
I got man hands. Yeah, hell yeah. V-Poop's on my side now. Nice thumb, bro. Thank you so much. Now, wait a minute. I feel like now I'm reading that one, the nice ass thumb. Is that sarcastic?
I'm putting that over. Now the thumb comments on top of you.
Oh, stop
it. No, I took Twitter off my phone.
Me too.
Because
I actually erased my Twitter, I think.
I saw. I don't want to go all that way, but I took it off the phone because I was just like, bro. And you know what's funny is like I was pulling it up before the pod to like tweet about the pod on my computer, and I just go like, dude, it's just all bad. I don't know what it is exactly. I know the fucking the payouts, the monetary shit. The fact that you can like monetize your Twitter, it incentivizes rage bait. And it's like it's the part of the spectrum I'm on. Like every time I fucking read that, I just read that as like, well, this fucking idiot. And it's like, and then a lot of times I get worked up and then I go, oh, that's just rage. But it's like, I never not get worked up. And I'm just like, why am I allowing this? Because people go like, well, you gotta be on social media. I go, yeah, but I don't have to have it in my pocket. I don't have to have, You know what I mean? Imagine if you just got like the most annoying person you've ever met from elementary school, and you just put him in your pocket. He doesn't have to be in my pocket at all fucking times.
Right.
So I was like, I gotta get it off there, and also I'm gonna work on this. I've made a rule. I go Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, TikTok. It's just not a thing I do now. I just can't, because it's like I take one and then I look up and I go, it's been an hour. I can't do this shit anymore. And dude, like last night, I'm fucking taking my phone. I delete Twitter. I put it in a different fucking room, and I go, oh, would you look at that? I can concentrate long enough to read a couple chapters of a book. Would you? It's like, oh, I'm not a retard, but I'm not the biggest retard in the fucking world. I just got the fucking blue light dumb box in my fucking pocket that keeps distracting me. And it's just like, it's kind of coinciding with the fact that just being like 35, like I'm realizing a lot of shit about my health that I just go like, you just have to be more proactive about the way you live every day.
Discipline.
You just have to. Yeah. Like, dude, yesterday I was feeling good. I did a bang bang. I went, not a crazy one, but bad enough where I just hit up
dollar menu bang bang, or do you do
well, so here's the thing. Burger King, they got cheap Burger Bang. I did a Burger Bang. No, Burger King, they got these, you ever had the rodeo burgers?
That's the barbecue sauce and the onion rings on
onion ring, cheddar cheese, nothing too
familiar.
flat. I'm
familiar with their game.
You know the product they're selling. You've gotten a taste.
I've been on a lunch break or two.
Once or twice. But it's nothing flashy, but delicious in my tum-tum. So and they're like $2.50. You can get 2 double cheeseburgers for $5. It's a beautiful world we live in. Grab those. Needed some gas. Stop at 7-Eleven. Sidebar. Gas was $2.09.
Yeah, it's terrifyingly low. It's like, you know, when it like it got to a point at like in our lifetime where you're like, what the fuck is going on with gas prices? And then you're like, but now it's getting, it gets low enough where you're like, this is exciting. I'm gonna text my wife about it. But then when you see it low enough where you're like, are we about to start a war somewhere that has like, doesn't Venezuela have a lot of oil?
That is the psyop that is modern society, where you go, why is a good thing happening?
Yeah, why? Yeah. It's
why is something good happening?
So
I completely understand. I completely agree. But then I stop at 7-Eleven, and I walk in. And I go, yeah, I should eat the 7-Eleven pizza, and I did. And
you went pizza? You didn't even go hot dog? I could understand if you fell for the rollers. I would go in there and see those babies rolling, and I go, "Are these ready yet?"
Nah, see the rollers I've had my fair share with the rollers. They've
you don't like a roller dog? I like a well done roller dog.
I love a dog, Pat. I had 2 Walmart hot dogs the other day. I love a dog.
Walmart hot dogs? What's going on with you? Where's your head? What's happening with you?
What? Have you not had them?
Where do they sell hot dogs at Walmart? How do I not know this? I buy most of my clothes from Walmart. I buy groceries and clothing and deodorant.
Not that coat. You got to be friends with a cool guy to get that coat.
Right, but you know
what's your name?
Wait, no, it's right here.
I was gonna say, what's your name again?
Adidas.
I remember what I got. So Pat's wearing a coat that I got all my groomsmen, and I was like, I'm gonna get custom coats with their names on it. And then when it came in, I go, it's pretty small. It's kind of like really, it's kind of like a
very
really
big friends.
Yeah, my friends are pretty big. That's a really small name.
Yeah. That's why I tell people my name's Adidas.
Well, here's the
where'd you get Walmart hot dogs? What's going on? Wait,
it's in the hot. It's in. Well, no, I was gonna address Slav where he goes, Jesus fucking Christ, Andy. If you're gonna bang, at least don't waste it on goy slop. May I suggest faux? No, that's not.
You don't do exotic. Both of them. That's
you
crazy.
don't bang good food.
No, you can. It can be one good one. It can be one good one.
Yeah.
If you remember correctly, I think one of the best versions of a bang that gets my fucking dick wet is Louis. I think Louis explained. Or when they're talking about what do you want to do, they go Indian diner. And I go, oh my God, yeah, dude. Indian food? And then you go to the diner to get fucking Jersey diner food? Holy fucking shit! I would come my.
That would
pants.
round it out. Yeah,
But
I guess
that's the epic bang bang. But you
my
go,
back.
what was it again? Burger King.
Burger
Walmart
King.
hot dog.
No. Walmart hot dog was a different day this week.
Sorry. Circle K pizza. Sorry, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. I did not mean to insult you. That is.
Is there any way you could get your head out of your ass?
I apologize. Honestly, this is my second cup of coffee. Maybe here. Let me text her again.
Baby, I'm embarrassing myself. Get me more coffee.
Made a total fucking dick of myself about hot dogs. Can you believe this? She would understand that.
Epic hot dog fail.
But sorry. Yeah.
No. It was an unplanned situational bang bang. It was I'm hungry. There's the Burger King, and then I'm also getting gas. There's some 7-Eleven pizza, and I got to because here's the thing. I grew up, Runaway Slob's getting at me with the goy slob. I grew up on goy slob, so it's more than just the food. It's not. Everyone will be like, it's like the same. It's like the same thing as like, you believe Tiger Woods cheated on his wife with a Applebee's waitress? You're like, yes. Because it's what she represented. It's not how good her tits were. It's what she represented. It's the same thing when I eat 7-Eleven pizza. Because I got brought up on shit, and it makes me think of a simpler time. But you know what getting brought up on shit does? It makes you produce way more shit. And my farts have been crazy the past. Don't eat the 7-Eleven pizza.
Yeah, no, I could have told you that. I mean, I'm an expert.
No one could have known.
I'm an expert of eating at 7-Eleven. You know what I mean? Like, I actually make a joke that like I like to have brunch at 7-Eleven, and I'm actually the reason they made those little signs that say these aren't done, Pat. They're never food, but they aren't done yet. It's not going to be ever food, but they need to at least warm through the center. Like, give it a minute.
Yeah.
So like if I go to a 7-Eleven at 10:30 in the morning, I'm like, come on, baby, come on. And then I open the little drawer and I open up the little bun pack. And anybody that doesn't appreciate the joy of cracking open one of those little bun, little individual sealed buns, those are like, I feel like royalty. It's like I open up that little bun and I take it out and I put it in the little nest that you get, or the little boat. You get the little chili boat. You just make a mess in there, put some onions, some mustard, some fucking chili and cheese if you're fucking feeling saucy. And then that in particular is the joy. That and cracking open a zebra cake, baby. Woo. So like if you just have that with a little bit of water and some DC, that's a power meal.
Brother.
You know what I mean? That's a whole organized thing. It's not ideal. No. It's not ideal. You're absolutely right.
Good for you.
Or food. None of it's technically food except for maybe the water. It's mostly microplastics. You're not wrong. It's slop, but it is technically food.
Yes.
It is fuel. It can be fuel.
That's mainly our diet is technically food.
Yes. It's got nutrition
facts.
It's maybe not nutritious, but it has nutrition facts.
Brother, have you So it has facts about nutrition.
There is some
positives
in there.
Have you let Circle K take you to the ballpark?
No.
Brother, Circle K, you go in there, you get the Polar Pop. You're like, wow, so much soda for $1.06. That we live in heaven. And then you look over and they go, you trying to get a hot dog and a bag of chips?
Oh, yeah. I didn't
and
know
it's
that.
like, you can get out of there. You can get all that for like $3-4.
Yeah. Dude, I remember very distinctly the first time I went out of town by myself for a show, for like a concert. It was a Treyu with Norma Jean and Unearth. It was an incredible show. It was in Orlando, and we went there. And I think I remember talking to you about this. I think on Drag the Lake. I don't know for sure, but it was one of the iterations what we've talked about. But it was discovering that on Disney property, the McDonald's don't have the value menu, the traditional value menu. This was peak value menu, brother. This is where you can get McChicken, McDouble, everything's a 99-cent menu. It wasn't anything else. 6-piece, all that.
Yeah.
Shit. And spicy chickens. Oh my God. So we went there with our orders in mind, me and my buddy, like, yeah, we'll get our nourishment here. And they go like, that'll be $17. And we're like, what the fuck are you talking about? That is $8 tops. That's $8 with gratuity. Okay, madam.
Yeah.
So you guys tip your McDonald's people, right? So, so we went to like a rallies or like a racetrack or something like that, and they had that special essentially. Like you can get 2 hot dogs for $1.50, still $2, or still 2 hot dogs for $1.50, unlimited toppings, get a fucking fountain drink, and we're like, Jesus Christ, it was terrifying to think that there was no way to affordably kill yourself with food in Disney as a teenager. But
Well,
like we figured it out.
Again, that's why everything feels like it sucks so much harder right now, is because they've broken all the unspoken agreements of everything being bullshit. It's like, no, I'm supposed to be able to get, diarrhea and diabetes and heartburn for cheap.
Yeah.
It's not like it's not supposed to be real restaurant prices to do all this.
Yeah, and
you know what I mean? And that's why everyone's noticing, like, okay, you guys are doing too much now.
Yeah, I think it's just it's the thing where you're seeing everybody pound off in the comments. Like Cedar Point doesn't have it. Like any popular places, I think I saw also like that. Like it's just obviously touristy spots. They're not going to. It's like when the Uber charges more for what do they call it? Peak or
surge pricing.
Yeah, surge pricing, stuff like that. So same idea. This is like surge dollar menu, but it's like, bro, come on.
Yeah.
I barely had enough money for the ticket. We have enough gas to get here and back. We don't have to pay for parking. I can't, or something like that. I can't. You know what I mean? Like we were doing everything on a budget. We were essentially children.
What the fuck else was I gonna say? I was gonna say one more thing. I don't know, but yeah, I have to be. I am realizing that with like because last night I just was like, I'm not going out. I'm just having a nice night in, and I was like, I'm just spending all the time watching fucking Instagram reels, and I was like, why can't? And my brain's going a mile a minute. I was like, I can't just sit on the couch and watch TV. I can't just lay in bed and read a book.
Yeah.
And I was like, we got to figure this out. I'm not living like this anymore. And I go, oh, it's literally just the fucking phone.
Yeah.
Not that I don't get distracted. I always get distracted. You know what I mean? It's the fucking phone, man. It's the fucking phone. It's not like it has immense benefits, but it's all that like little bullshit about it. And it's just trying to steal your time. And I'm done. Like, I know we joke like, oh, I was on TikTok for an hour. I go, no, we gotta stop doing that.
Yeah.
All of us.
Yeah.
You can't just steal that much of my time. And I can't, and you're just allowing it by, again, having a fucking middle school bully in your pocket. Or no, not even a middle school bully. It's that like autistic kid that was kind of shitty in elementary school. He's just in your pocket, and you can't be too mean to him, but you're like, you little fucker, shut up.
Yeah.
Just shut up.
I definitely turn notifications off of a lot of things, but I still have the impulse, and it's really just impulse control. So like, same idea. If I don't have it on the phone, then I can't really. I'll just check it on the browser. Same thing with Instagram, but you can't really post a lot on the browser the same way you can with the app.
Yeah.
So, as many times as I've explained to myself, you need it. It's like, this is important. If I didn't need Instagram and I was like, for the longest time, I was like, I'm just not using it effectively. It's not that I need it. I could be using it way better, but as of right now, I don't feel like I need it because it's not really doing a lot, except for, again, and then somebody might DM me and say like, hey, can you come do the show? Like, and I go, oh yeah, I forgot. It's for the every couple months show booking. That's why I need it. But then I'm also like, or I could just try to put cool shit out there, and I'm like, well, I'll just share funny stories and share funny clips when I have them, and that's really, I'm trying not to put too much effort into it, but it's about my intake. My output is pretty much, I have figured out, not a lot, and if I want to build it up, I think I know how, kind of thing, like putting out clips and shit. But it's like, but right now it's like, my input is the thing that I think I'm also pretty concerned with, but it's not as easy with me sometimes to erase it because then there's going to be a time where I'm like, oh, I'd like to share this video or this reel or whatever, or something like that. And it's like, all right, well, I'm going to download it. And then it's just back in my life again. Reddit, I feel like I have a little bit more control over, but it turns into this. You know what I actually have done that does kind of work to help break the habit? And this might be a thing because whether you think you need it or you don't, or if you want to just keep it just in case, instead of having to delete the apps or whatever, is I move them to a different place on my phone. Is when you move those to a different folder, or you make a folder and you put it on a different page of because you have an iPhone too, right?
Yeah.
That's an old one. God, you idiot.
Yeah.
I said, you have an iPhone too? And you said, yeah. You idiot. That's like the second one ever made, you fucking retard.
Damn, I thought no, this is a funny anti-comedy joke. I thought so little of you for about 2 seconds. Cause I was like, are you really a guy that's shitting on me for having the 2-year-old iPhone? Yeah. I go, oh my God, you subhuman. But no, I was like, oh, it's a Pat joke. I'm an idiot.
But yes,
it's a joke that Pat would make all the time. No, you are right. There is like I just, that's what I was just checking, is like, I was like, oh, I didn't actually take Twitter off my phone. I just took it ooff my home screen.
Just hide
and
it from yourself.
It really, because they do a thing too where, because that's why it's like, not that I post on it, but I really should start. But I'm logged into the Panties Twitter account, and I'm just like, and it's the same thing on Instagram. It's like, oh yeah, I'm logged into like the Drag the Lake account and things like that. And I'm like, it's just, and these apps don't make it easy to like log back on, because they have to have like 20-step verification for the fucking, it's like, yeah, no, I'm fine. I don't need, like, I could literally have the password just in my bio and I'll be fine, dude.
I'd love to post more, stand-up clips and other things, but I'm like, I don't fucking care. Just if you see me and you want to hear a joke, I'll tell you a joke. Just ask me in person.
You see Derek, Andy's face was hilarious. He was so like, I hated you. I wanted you to die, and then I go, oh wait, Pat was joking the way Pat always jokes, idiot.
You do it to yourself.
All right. Well, now you're doing it to me.
I'm like, no, we're on the same page. I'm like, fucking idiot, fucking stupid, fuck.
There you go,
asshole.
There you go, taking advantage of the moment, because you're really just a little man. Never physically be little, but emotionally you'll be little. But anyway, what?
Just brushing that insult off.
Yeah, off my coat I gave you. Yeah,
coat.
Off the fucking. It is a coat. How's that not a fucking coat?
Those track coats that you wear to the track.
Yeah. Oh yes, the pinnacle of fashion.
You want to play pedantic? I'll play pedantic. Let's play. Let's go.
Yeah, you want to barely be able to say that word?
I said it fun.
You want to get to the end of the. You said it. You did the bare minimum of getting to the end of that word, and I'm proud of you for it. No one thought you could do it, and you barely did. Can I show you one last thing before we get out of here? I thought you'd get a kick out of this. This is, to me, like the most interesting tour announcement. I saw this the other day. Avenged Sevenfold and Good Charlotte. And I go like, I don't know if either of those fan base want the other co-headliner.
You know what's really fucking weird? Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is like I think both fan bases are like, those guys, oh, I roll. And it's like, no, it's both of you guys. Like, just it's okay. It's both of you.
It's both of you. Well, I think I get the strategy. Is like, oh, you guys don't listen to us much. You'll hear us and go, maybe I'll check out those Avenged Sevenfold. But I just go like,
it's too different.
I don't know if there's like any crossover. You know what I mean? Like butt rock metal and like pop punk turned into like pop punk synthy pop band. It's like,
yeah, they're also big enough. They're both big enough bands that it's not like people are unaware of the other band. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not like it would be like, we want to bring this like lesser known band. Oh, they're going to be in Dallas. Oh, wow. I think, Yeah, man. I don't know why I don't like this, but it's not like, I mean, like, I don't care, but I just feel like it's kind of,
Yeah, you're just like, why?
yeah. Like it's just like you're gonna I think you're just gonna offend
Whoever's closing.
Yeah.
Whoever's closing is just gonna play to a half full crowd.
Right. And
because whatever band plays first, like, what good Charlotte fan that's like, all right, they played Anthem. Now I'm gonna stay for Backcountry.
yeah,
and
yeah.
like
I'm gonna wait for them
unholy
to set up and break down and like, you know what I mean? Like, unless they like go like bam, bam, you're not going to get somebody going like, I'm gonna stick around and just check these guys out. You're cooked, bro. You're both of you done. You've been
Yeah.
You've been out.
All you're doing is setting up the closing band to be really sad.
Very
every
sad.
night.
Whatever, and whoever it is, it's like literally night to night, half of the crowd or a portion of the crowd, or that's going to be the theme. Is they're going to alternate, and then like one night they're going to be like, they're going to notice which one is the bigger draw, and they're going to be like, oh, fuck, god damn, and then it's just going to be Good Charlotte headlines or Avenged Sevenfold headlines, but there's nobody that's like going to these shows that's like, I don't. Let me hear them out. Let me just just hang out and just be here for this, because it's like the Bouncing Souls H2O show was brilliant, because that was I shared that video on my story or whatever in the group chat and shit. But like, it was packed, bro. It was like, and they sounded great. So like, that's a tour where you're like, oh yeah, there's a lot of crossover here. And the age group and the fan base, and even listening back to some older H2O like albums and stuff, revisiting that from my ute, I'm like, oh yeah, these are like, they're pretty similar. I had no idea, and I never put that together growing up. So like, them going on tour together, brilliant idea. But like Good Charlotte and Avenged Sevenfold, there's no songs that sound relatively similar to each other whatsoever. Like, whatsoever.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like a show I went to where it's like the bands were like different genres, but it still made sense.
If this was like 10 or 15 years ago, this would be amazing. This would be like groundbreaking. But right now, it's just like, what are you doing?
Well, you would also just in general, like, they would just be bigger. Like, people would just be. Yeah, I'm trying to think of one, because I know. Which, by the way, this is on. Oh shit! It's on 420. I really want to. I want to start doing shit where I think it'd be fun to have like. Well, the original name was like Big Red's Day Out, and you just go like, I'm gonna be here. Everyone should come to it, so a lot of bros can be there and we have fun. But on March 20th, Drain, No Pressure, Haywire, and Secret World are gonna be at Emo's here in Austin, and I really want to fucking go to that. But I mean, so that's what's on my mind right now with like a concert. But like, those all make sense. Like, Drain's like a hardcore band with like metal riffs. No Pressure's a pop punk band. Haywire's like an oi band that appeals to hardcore kids. And Secret Worlds, like, all these bands are different, but they're all like hardcore adjacent. It's like they make sense.
Did you see that? I know. I don't think I sent this one to you, but there was a recent Haywire clip. There was the one that I sent you in the pre-pro, but there was one I just saw with Dickie Barrett.
Mighty Mighty Boston?
Yeah, Dickie Barrett.
Yeah, they were playing with Mighty Mighty Boston.
They played Knock on Wood or whatever. What is it?
Yeah.
Impression That I Get. They played that song, and I was like, wow, that's fucking good as hell. I was actually a little concerned for Dickie Barrett, because I was like, I hope nobody like hurts him. This is a Haywire crowd. These are rambunctious young men, and this is a great song that's going to remind them of their youth, and they're going to go like, yeah, fuck yeah, dude, and they're just going to whack him in the head.
Yeah, I almost hesitate to even bring this part up, because like, you know, when you see people bring up that people are hating on something, and then when you look for the hate, you can't find it, and it's like, oh, did you see one comment? Like, I remember the most monumental one I ever saw was on wrestling Twitter. One guy in a reply goes, Eddie Guerrero was a mid-carder at best. And he was, I looked through Twitter. He was the one guy that said that, and the one guy that agreed with himself. And dude, it got to like main eventers in WWE were being like, if you think this, you're a fucking idiot. And it's like, that's where like the lack of, there's like no scaling on Twitter. You just see that's why it's so easy to get fucking worked up and triggered and mad at shit. I say this from experience, is like there's no mechanism to like see scale on it. You just see the comment, you go, "You're fucking wrong, you fucking idiot."
Yeah.
And dude, I'm not kidding. For like a day, it's all people on wrestling Twitter were talking about, being like, "If you think this, you're a fucking idiot." So it's like I almost hesitate to even bring it up, but it was because like, do you know the Dickie Barrett dude from Boston's? Like, I think the reasons the Boston's ended was because of COVID, because he was like very anti-vax and wouldn't get it, and it was just people were mad at him for that, and it like ended the Boston's. And I saw like one guy having a problem with it, and I just go like, man, like this is why I don't want to get too deep into it, but it is the thing of like, brother, just like it's like if you're this miserable of a fucking person that you can't just watch Haywire just being like, hey, I got the fucking knock on wood guy. We're doing the song.
Yeah.
Tonight's awesome. It's like, just kill yourself, dude.
Yeah.
But in like a parody way.
Yeah. Parody.
Parody.
Educational purpose.
But no, I got it here. This is why Haywire's on like a generational fucking run right now, because it's just if you hear Haywire did a thing, you're gonna go, oh, it was probably the coolest shit ever, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, they had a Christmas show where they donated money to kids or something, and they played the Boston song.
That sounds great. I also realized you can't really hear the horns, and they don't really need it. But that song, like I get it.
It does fill it out, but I know you can bust out impression that I get, and you don't really. Well, you do need the melody.
But I
where
guess
it's like-
once the bum, 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 bum,
Yeah, you
bum,
need
but
that.
Really, you just have
You
somebody
can
on
hit that
mic
with a
just
guitar.
going, bum, 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 bum.
Yeah. You get that guy.
Just
That
pat on the
guy they get
kazoo.
to just.
Wah, wah, wah.
That guy they get to just dance for no reason. You're like, hey, can you hum this melody for us real
By
quick?
the way, I don't know if you noticed in the clip, I saw a longer version of that where like they brought
They
him
had
up.
a guy
They
doing
had a
that.
guy, yeah, not in a suit, but they had a guy just dancing.
Bro, that's a thing people don't. That's a thing people don't realize about like 90s ska bands is a lot of. Well, actually, no, old school ska bands too. Like if you go back to like the specials and see that, ska bands would just have a guy that danced.
They have their own little,
and that's
their
all
own
he
Lil
did.
Jon.
Yeah, it's so fucking ska's retarded, but also sick as fuck. But yeah, no, Haywire. What was I gonna say about that? Haywire's an interesting band too, because I think there's this really, because at first I was like, why are they getting so embraced by like the hardcore scene? And it's because like the hardcore scene is like the only scene that really cares about being quote unquote like punk rock anymore. And from like a philosophical standpoint, and I go like, oh, because if you listen to Haywire, it's just they're a punk band.
Yeah.
They're like they have some parts where you could like two-step to, but it's not like they ever play a breakdown or anything. I go, no, they're just a punk band. But I think there's just way more of a love and thirst of fans to be like, no, dude, you guys gotta like not be fucking assholes.
Yeah.
You guys gotta live by at least some sort of fucking code, or we're just not gonna fuck with you like that. Because it's like in this area, we don't care about like, oh, you got an award for being blah blah blah, or you got the most streams. It's like, no, we just care about good shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't, sometimes when politics get thrown in, I don't always agree with, some of the shit like a lot of like people like the hardcore people say and stuff like that. But from an ethics standpoint, I fuck with it so hard. And I think Haywire, they walk the walk as much as they talk the talk. They're the best at doing it. And I think it's why everyone's embracing them so hardcore.
Yeah, Juggalos that's a good example. Juggalos are the more punk than punks. I do agree with that, but there's also still like a luckily in spirit it's still that way. You know what I'm saying? Like ultimately they're just accepted. But there was a group that I was trying to think of just recently that was like, this feels like what actual punk rock was supposed to be. What was I feel like I even mentioned it. I feel like, damn it, I can't remember it now. But it was like a thing where I was like, yeah, this is where I feel the most at home, and like that I won't be judged and stuff like that. But it wasn't. It was not. It was like what punk wishes it could be. I just said? I just made that observation too. God damn it.
Was it at like a specific
I
place?
feel like it was like within the past couple of weeks, I just had this like experience where I was just like, oh yeah, this is what it's all about. Like this is the kind of place where, and now like of course I can't
Is it a
remember.
place you? Is it a place you physically were?
I remember that. Yeah, I feel like there was like a. Yeah, right. Yeah, I feel like I mentioned it on the thing, or it was like, "This is what."
Oh, you mentioned it on
Yeah,
here.
it was like it might have been a show, or like it might have even been just something I was watching. But damn, I can't remember it now. God damn it. I wish, but like it's a thing where punk rock in general, like it's like a like drag race or like drag queens and shit like that, like the gay culture. I feel like was always a place where like not like gay men in particular were like the kind of like dudes because of like that's why I like RuPaul's Drag Race because they would like fuck with each other, make fun of each other, like totally. But they also
Yeah.
like if somebody else fucks with them, they would fuck with like they would go after. Like that's what it was. It's like no matter what you are, you're kind of accepted, kind of thing. But we're still gonna make fun of you, like bust your balls.
Yeah. No, I've noticed that
Hardcore is
with
pretty
like
punk,
the
yeah.
yeah. Now my only complaint about hardcore is when it comes to like when it comes to
Guar.
certain
It was Guar.
Oh, Guar,
It was the
okay.
fact that like it was a thing where like no matter what they're like nothing was off limits. It was what punk like I feel that they should have gotten more respect from punk fans.
That's what it was. When we were talking about Guar, you were like, they never got and it was kind of like reflective off my perspective on Guar, is they seemed if you were none the wiser, you could mistake them for just like a jokey metal band.
Yeah, but they were the most accepting. They would like because I was a punk fan that would always come to these shows and I'm like, these guys are like metal. Like this is like metal, but it's also punk, but it's also kind of ska, and it's also they would kill the Republican candidate, they would kill the Democratic candidate, they would kill the Pope, they would kill Osama bin Laden. You know what I mean? Like when I was going to these shows, like they were killing. They weren't. It wasn't one specific. They were in them being in character or in canon was like this punk environment where you're there and you're like, this is fucking crazy. There's aliens and blood and piss and shit and cum and blah, 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 you know, like all this shit. But like nobody was there to judge anybody else. Everybody was there to enjoy the fucking Guar show. And like it was a cool environment and a cool world that they invented that wasn't too serious ever. You know?
Yeah, and that's my only complaint about hardcore. It's from like more of a philosophical standpoint, where Derek's saying hardcore is very punk and the shows are punk as hell, and that is very true. And I love the like DIY energy of it, but when it comes down to more of like a philosophical outlook on how the world should be, it tends to be very very locked into like one thing. And you can kind of see it in the way that some of the straight edge people act, where it's like there's nothing wrong about not doing drugs and not drinking. And I got to be honest, the older I'm getting, the more merit I'm seeing in that. It's like I'm almost like, man, I kind of want to be straight edge like 80% of the time, because it's like I'm not gonna not drink. And I know that's offensive to straight edge people, so I apologize. But you know what I mean? It's like, oh, I see why the merits in doing it. It's just
you
like
just want to learn moderation.
Yeah. No. I would rather give it cool terms so you think it's more than what it actually is.
I want to put a message behind it.
It was always like my thing when I would see hardcore bands say like Free Palestine. It's not that I disagree, it's that I just go like, but no, that like you guys don't understand. That's what you have to say.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's something to me where it's like, even if I'm with a group that agrees with me on everything, it's the fact that if it's that, or we're just gonna fuck your shit up. You know, like I was joking about like the free. It's one thing to say Free Palestine. It's like I've never seen a band go like Free Palestine. Also, if you want to learn more, you could pick up the book The Israel Lobby by John Mearsheimer. You're like, none of them ever do that. They just go like, I have to say Free Palestine. Yeah. I have to say protect trans kids, and I have to say fuck ICE. And there's no substance behind it. That's that's the problem.
That's what propaganda.
That's the problem.
Propaganda will actually like have books and stuff like at their merch booth. And
Yeah,
that's why like even if I may or may not agree with everything you say or even know what you're talking about, I don't I don't actually like I would never criticize them for being like this fucking lefty pussies. I'm like no, they're just very very steadfast in their beliefs, and they're not just speaking a narrative. They're actually like they're like militant about it, and like I don't like they support the Sea Shepherd guys. Like that's the perfect example. The whaling ship, the guys that go after the whaling ship. And I'm like, I agree with both of you. I agree with 100. Like, I don't think that you should attack other vessels, but but also I don't believe in the business that they're doing. I think it's terrible what they do. So like, I don't necessarily agree with their practices, but like by any means necessary. And like they talk the talk and they walk the walk. Perfect. You're vegans that support people who actively attack whaling ships. Yeah. I respect you for that. Even if I don't personally believe that process, I respect you that you're 100% like that. I heard that just at the H2O show when I was standing across the street, and I heard the band before them. It was something and the Mermaids is the name of the band. And brother, first of all, they were mid as fuck. That band sucked. But near the end of it, they start doing this whole thing of like, yeah, I want them to hear this in the White House. Come on, everybody. And you're like, ugh.
Yeah.
Brother, you're at a punk show. You're preaching to the choir. You're pandering. You're not actually like offering anything.
Yeah.
If it was, guys, make sure to watch this interview. Make sure to read up on these authors or blah, blah, blah. Or like, we got to take that motherfucker down in the White House. Whatever. Like, do that thing. Do the pandering part, but actually have some fucking meat on it, you know.
Well, that's what I realized after I got older, where I was like, it's good to create create awareness with a song, but songs, like music, realistically, if you're gonna go political or you're gonna have some like social commentary behind it, songs are like sounds corny to say because but it's like the spark to start the fire. It's never like no one's going to listen to a song to be like, oh, so that's what happened in Israel, Palestine. No, it's you get
like, that's what's happening. What?
And they're like, oh, now I could go have a debate about it. It's like, no, that's not ever. Or no one's going to like listen to an anti-flag song and be like, you know what? I'm a liberal now. But it's a thing that goes like, it starts it's like a song start conversations, and then if you just never have anywhere for people to go, I go, oh, you're virtue signaling at that point. Yeah. Anyway, I thought you'd say things.
No, I didn't want to interrupt. I thought you were having one of your normal.
No,
burps.
No, the goddamn. I was eating like a sack of shit. It's a 7-Eleven pizza. Then I've been buying a few. It's the cycle. I saw weight loss, and so I go, oh, you can buy nasty foods, and now the nasty foods are making me sound fat as fuck on the podcast, like it always does. But anyway, that's just me being self-deprecating. But yeah, it's like, okay, you said free Palestine. Can you last longer than 5 minutes without yelling in a conversation about Israel Palestine though? And that's really where I just don't. I go, then none of this like means anything. You're just gonna say things, and then the cycle of bullshit's just gonna keep going. And
it's Farwell. Are you talking about the H2O Bouncing Souls thing, or are you talking about the?
Should probably talk about the.
What's it called? Damn, I forgot both of the names now. Good Charlotte and Avenged Sevenfold. Jesus Christ, that was hard as fuck. We just looked at the names.
Yeah.
Or are you talking about the H2O one? Yeah.
That's how hard you wanted to block it out.
Yeah. I just feel like there is, like we were talking about plenty of times with anti-flag, they always come up with like they're very militant in their approach, or were when they were around. But like but again, like when you're at Warped Tour, like stop quoting statistics and just get to the fucking hits. Because if it's your show, do whatever you want. But if you're at another thing, because it's just a thing where you're like, this isn't punk rock what you're doing. It's not cool or militant or anything like that. It's just a thing where I'm like, I can't sit here and deal with the shit of, I mean, again, I didn't go to the show, but it's like this thing where you're taking time out of your performance to preach a message that I'm pretty sure everybody here is like on the same side of. And then and like you said, I don't know how many people you're going to sway, especially with your mid-ass fucking music. Like if you're sitting there going like underwhelmingly, like it was such a difference between that band and then H2O came on. And I was like, that's why I was like pleasantly surprised to see like, oh no, is this the caliber of show? And then you go, oh no, that's why they're the headliners. Because
were they a local? What was the band called again?
Like, I don't want to like specifically talk shit, but it's something in them.
Okay, it doesn't matter then. Were they local though? Because
actually, you're right. That's a good point.
There is always the chant. No, well, that's the thing when you're like, wait, I know the headliners rip. Why are these guys sucking? Why is this opening band suck so much ass? Because sometimes with those shows, they'll like they'll get like a local opener or whatever.
Yeah, that might, and honestly, that might have been it. You're right. Like because it was something in the Mermaids. I don't fucking remember.
No, I feel that. Farwild has an interesting comment too, where it's like maybe neither one of them can fill an arena by themselves, and the label is just cramming together two bands to get different fan bases buying tickets. That's probably no, like that's definitely a factor. It's just, like, have you ever been there where a band you really like is opening, but every other band on the bill, you're like, and because that's the other part of it too.
Yeah, that was that Black Flag show, remember?
Yeah,
Reading,
well,
it was like 17 local bands and then Black Flag. I was like, ugh.
Well, no, the thing too is like you also got to remember like Avenged Sevenfold and Good Charlotte, like it's not going to be like Taylor Swift $1,000 floor seat tickets, but the tickets also aren't going to be super cheap. So like you got to remember, like, is someone going to want to pay that price for half the show they don't really give a fuck about? That's the problem where it's like you got to be like careful about who you put on the tour with. I also wonder too, because like we found out Avenged Sevenfold is friends with NoFX. I was like, is Avenged Sevenfold just chill as fuck so they're friends with everyone so they want to go hang out with people?
Yeah, you really don't. You like that's another thing you like. Actually, comedy kind of really helped me understand too why Fat Mike would be talking shit to people in Under Oath, but like he's probably, I think he's friends with the guys in Good Charlotte too, and you're like, oh, okay, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It's not that like you don't picture. It's not that you're like, well, they play this type of music and you're this guy. It's like they're closer than Avenged Sevenfold than Good Charlotte, but the fact that Avenged Sevenfold is friends with so many, maybe they didn't like, or maybe they are just cool dudes and they just
might be.
You know what I mean? Like they got this really, in my experience, I heard nothing but negative things about them from obviously just hearsay. I don't, you know what I mean? Like it must have been just hearsay. Like
you clearly knew a specific person and then you went, I mean, hearsay.
No. I don't know. Like it was my friend that told me. Like Beef told me, this is what he said about this, and this is like I wasn't.
But it was like
fact checking anybody. I was just like, really? They said that shit? That's fucked up. And then
well, no,
reality.
I know you worked with Hard Times people, and nothing like
that.
I assume someone at Hard Times was like, yeah, M Shadows fucking fingered me in the butt weird, and you were like, I'm not gonna be exposing Avenged Sevenfold.
No, but at the like somebody like,
which you really should. We need viewers, Pat.
Well, I'll give you a juicy little detail. I am kind of friends with the bass player from the Lawrence Arms.
Ooh.
I do have a connection every once in a while.
Ooh.
I have spoken to Keith Buckley for a bit, and I have it recorded. So I'm kind of a big deal. I have interviewed Finn McGinty, and he is as insufferable off camera as he is on.
What?
See, I'm not afraid to talk shit.
The guy who's like, I'm done with YouTube. Time to focus on LinkedIn.
I'm sorry. I apologize. You're right. The well-known YouTuber Finn McGinty used to YouTube about music. He used to be an expert on punk rock music, even though he didn't listen to any of it. And,
even though he didn't like it, he used to be an expert at looking up bands' Wikipedia accounts and repurposing them for YouTube videos.
Great guy.
Yeah, did a thing for years he hated, and rather than taking responsibility as a fucking fraud, he goes, the fans are the problem.
You know what was really funny about that show that I did was he would book guests for the show, and like for the most part, most of the contributors, like the writers for Hard Times, were all like comics and like the local, like cool people. Like I still keep in touch with a ton of them. They're comics, band members, people like just other people like us, right? Like, and then when he would get somebody with like a little bit of clout or like a following, and I for the most part, they like would not suck, but like I would not like them at all, and I would just be like, I don't understand this at all.
Just
I
like
don't get it.
known. Oh, just like
I just thought, man, Eric fucking has some really shitty friends. Oh my god. and then I would be like, oh, Finn McGinty has a following, so we're booking him to have him on the show so we can get like people to watch our interview with him. And I was like, oh, I get it. Cause like I was like, why are you booking these people? They fucking suck.
Dude, it's our artism, like this is gonna sound like such a fucking humble brag. And it's like honestly, it's annoying sometimes. But like our artism, did you turn your mic off? Oh, okay. Artism like forces us to have an annoying amount of like integrity to the point where it's like exhausting. To the point where you're like, what? Like, it's not even like, oh yeah, Finn McGinty, he sucks ass, but he has that following. I get it. We'll have him on. No, you're literally in a place where you go, why the fuck?
Yeah.
He clearly sucks ass.
We still ended up ending the show. Like it wasn't like that was the thing that made us, because guess what? His takes were bad there too. I mean, it's like a thing where you're like, you're talking, and brother, this is my thing. I want to tell you something. You have in me a friend who can sniff bullshit from fucking miles, apparently over Zoom. I can sniff out bullshit because I'm listening to this guy talk and I'm like, this guy's an expert on punk rock, like, and pop, like he's the guy, he's like the go-to guy kind of thing, and I'm like, why is this? And then you find out years later he was a fucking fraud. I was like, yeah, the things he's saying are correct, but I don't think he thought of that. Like I don't think he's
just repeating things.
You know what I mean?
It's not thoughts you cultivate from listening to the music. It's thoughts you cultivate from, because I was saying that too. Like, it's why sometimes a lot of music documentaries and books about music get annoying, because you start reading them and you go, yes, this is what it's like. I love the Ramones, but every single fucking book or documentary you watch about Ramones says the same fucking things every single fucking time. Because you're not coming from a place of actually giving a shit. You're just coming from a place of like, this is the lore that got created by the Ramones.
Yeah.
It's not, because like that's the big thing we learned doing the Ramones episode is like, they're a great band, but they're not fucking perfect. So the lore, you're selling the story of the Ramones. You're not actually telling the real story. And if all you're doing is just reading the fucking PR version of the story of every band, you're going to have retarded. Yes, if you're just going to talk to Puerto Rican guys and go, what do you think about the Misfits? And they go, okay. You're just you're not gonna get the full story, Pat.
I like Danzig, man. I would call him Danzig all the time, and I was like, it's Danzig, idiot.
Spooky.
Stop saying Danzig.
His hair long and spooky. I like a spooky.
He like a Wolverine. He look like Wolverine.
All right, I think we did the damn thing. I think we should get out of here.
Are we getting started now?
Yeah.
Warm up's done.
I'm gonna hit go live.
All right, guys. Everybody in the stream, you guys ready? We're gonna go live. Rehearsal's done. Now we're gonna do the real thing, right?
Fuck yeah.
Do we need intro and outro music? Do you want me to call AI? Alan Iverson.
Yeah, I don't know. I know it's like good for people watching it.
Oh, hey, musician. Hey, Farwild. Hey, you, or anybody else in the band. If you guys want to come up with any kind of fun music that we could use, just like a little itty bitty sting for intro and outro music for our music, or whatever I say, morning show. I'm dumb.
I was gonna say music.
Our music morning show.
Also music.
If we would love
Pat, what about music?
We would love to what's it called?
Music.
Work out a deal. Doesn't have to be for free, but we will
But it could be.
we will purposely not use AI so that we can employ musicians to make the thing.
And employ is a very loose term.
And if that price is anywhere in the double digits, we may reconsider. So just to let you know.
And if that price may exist,
if it goes
we
over
may
$7.17.
If that price exists in any way, we may just use AI bullshit.
No, yeah.
Oh, I forgot.
would
I
think
forgot.
that'd be cool.
I forgot to tell you, Pat. You go over to where the hot food is to get the hot dogs at Walmart.
I'm gonna go there right now.
All right. Well, we'll see.
It is lunchtime.
We'll see you guys on the next one. Be about it. Peace.